is about to rise. Just a sec. Allocating some resources. Syncing. Allocating some resources. Why did that logo get so big all of a sudden? It does some weird stuff. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. So, wow. That's dirty. So, 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 do you have something that you want? Do you want something I have? Because and then I got to ask you the question. You want white girl, black girl?
Man, I ain't even gonna hold you. I've been seeing some Becky's that have been looking quite appealing.
Okay.
So let's see what the Becky's is talking about.
Let's go. Hold up. Let me line this up. I ain't gonna stress my resources, but I got you. I got you. Gotta figure out how to share a video. What is it? Share screen. Share
Shout out
screen.
to
It's
the
okay.
chat. We got SWF, Shags in the
Shags
building.
in the
What up?
building. Quick, fast, man. Appreciate you, bro. We about to
What's
react
good?
to a TikTok. During in the building. Yellow had a choice between vanilla or chocolate. He chose vanilla. So we gonna see what this lady's saying.
White girl
Oh yeah.
running through my world.
Oh yeah. Do 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 do. Let me see if she got music in this joker. So now listen, we're not gonna do this whole thing. We're gonna get as far as we feel like getting. All right.
One part. This video. This one. That's it. This is a 40. What'd you say, about 40 parts?
It's about 40 something parts.
She pulled a Risa Tisa. But this is a
She pulled a
this
Reese
ha-
Teaser.
this has been out around since then. People just
Yeah.
now
It's been
kind
around
of,
since about July.
yeah, people just now around getting around to it. So
So
it's
you already
been
saw this?
no, I mean, well, kind of, sort of, but I haven't
Okay.
seen the. I've seen the, yeah, about halfway through it.
Dang. So you got through about 20 parts?
No, I'm talking about like this first video, whatever this
Oh,
first
you got
part
about
is.
halfway through the first video. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm like, dang. Dang. I
Not
got through the
me.
whole Reese Teaser.
I
That
ain't
was a
got to.
hot mess.
I ain't got it in me. Right. That was the time. If I was gonna watch a 40-part TikTok episode in full, it
Yeah.
was gonna be that one, not the.
Yeah.
Oh, you did one, so I'm gonna do one too. No, no. It's like watching the Lion. What's the bootleg Lion King? The
Yes,
Lion
wrong
Pride or
person.
something like that. Yeah, they made it's like a great value Lion King. It's like I could just watch the Lion
Yeah.
King.
Mm. All right, so I say we try to get through five. I say we try to get through five. Because it's short. I mean, they're about 4 or 5 minutes.
Let's do it, bro. Potato chip.
And then tomorrow, well, it doesn't come out till 9:30 p.m. But I say tomorrow we got tea, but it doesn't come out till 9, so we're gonna have to wait on that one. Tia.
I
All
hate
right,
we
so
gotta
listen,
wait week to week for this bullshit. They could have just dropped this like a Netflix
they might
style.
as
Give
well,
us
man, because it's crazy. It's
just put,
wild.
oh man.
It's wild. So let's get started on this. Who TF did I almost marry? Operative word, almost marry. So you know how we are. We're gonna be doing a lot of pausing. Gonna be doing lots of pausing.
Who the fuck did I almost marry?
Oh, let me stop this. I forgot her audio was so low. Hold up. Audio was so
You
low.
had to kill the
Oh my
background
god.
music.
Yeah. About to do that right now. Whew, I forgot about that. I turned my system sounds all the way up. Y'all turn your microphones. I'll try to talk lower. How about that? I will try to talk lower. Turn your volume all the way up to hear this lady. She speaks very low. The audio quality is low. So make sure that you turn your volume up, and I will try not to get loud at any point. At least not while we're listening to her, okay? All right.
Huh? I
You
ain't
one
hear
of them
you
people.
neither, nigga. This nigga Just going like this is the 18th hole at motherfucking Augusta. We got a white bitch
But
approaching the
Kwanzaa.
18. White bitch approaching the 18.
Hey, I
She
mean,
she's about to cry white woman tears.
yeah,
And the
she is.
shot.
You starting to sparkle again. That microphone got them jazz hands. Jazz hands.
This is part one of what I think will be a 40-part series. This story is
The fact that she said at the very beginning that she thinks it'll be a 40-part series is crazy. But okay.
the story of covert sociopathic narcissism. This is
You still scrap. Right.
Hold on, hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely the port. Because whatever you just did, it moved, it changed it.
super messy. This is Darvo gaslighting, emotional abuse, mental abuse, and severe financial abuse. This
Every
whole
term in the book.
relationship was extremely traumatizing, and I'm finally ready to share my story in the hopes that I can help other people who are currently in this situation or have gone through it and
All
are
right, we
feeling
Gucci.
stuck.
Yeah, sounds good.
Gucci Chocolate. Let's go.
Let's go.
I want to make it very clear that I am not out here looking for a defamation lawsuit. Everything I am about to say is true. It has receipts, screenshots, text messages. There is proof behind everything that I'm saying. Also, my least favorite saying in life is, oh, there's three parts to every story. There's his, hers, and then the truth is somewhere in the middle. And it's like, no, bitch. There's his side with all the lies and all the bullshit and the deflecting.
Hey, that was funny. I ain't gonna lie, that was funny. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that was funny. She was like, "No, bitch."
But yes, bitch. Like,
Right? She wasn't wrong, but it's the way she said it caught me off guard.
yeah, yeah. Because that was something you would have said. That's something. Cause
Right.
you hate all them cliches. You hate them cliches.
Hmm.
His side, her side, and the truth. And you be like, nah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It's the truth, and then there's not the truth.
Hold up, Shy. Let me send you the link. Give me a sec. Hold on, brother. Hold on. If you ain't got nothing to do, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Bam. If you ain't got nothing to do, hold on. All right. I sent it
We
to
spoke about
Discord.
in person. And then there's my side with the screenshots and all of the freaking proof. He has to be somewhat aware that this whole series is coming. We had a mediation during our custody battle of me trying to negotiate an NDA with him, and he was not interested. And he doesn't think that anybody would be interested in this story, so we will let TikTok decide. My NFL ex is Will Witherspoon.
Will with the spoon. Do you know who that is? Like by
Will
that
with a
name?
spoon. Not off the name exactly, but once I googled it, I remembered I remember him playing
All right. He is a
uh
linebacker. Is he retired? Is he
linebacker.
active?
Yeah, retired linebacker. Yep, retired linebacker. Played for the Carolina Panthers. She's gonna give you this
Mm.
whole rundown, but
Okay.
retired linebacker. Played for the Carolina Panthers. Was on the Super Bowl team that went. I can't remember. I think it was like 0203.
Mm. The one with Kevin Green in them? Or was that later?
I
That was when
believe
they first
so.
came back.
Yeah.
Or you talking about the one with
With
Cam?
the homie. I believe so. It might have been with Cam though. It might have been with Cam. I think he was around that long.
That's probably Cam,
He
yeah.
was he was around for a minute.
Like late 90s when they first came back.
Yeah.
Shags! His
My
Shagness.
boy. You look like what was I was finna say when your name was covering your face. He looked like Wilson from
Oh yeah, over the
Home Alone.
fence. Yeah, over the fence.
Over the fence Wilson.
Yeah. Howdy, neighbor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Niggas need a Wilson right now, man. The world need a
man.
Wilson, bro.
Wilson was great. Gave the best advice.
Can you hear us, bro?
Like he trying to get through some menus, tapping the screen.
Shaggy Loso. SAGOLOUS.
I think I heard him. Okay, so his we can hear you. Can you hear us? I don't
Can
think he
you
can
hear
hear us.
us? I
No, he
didn't
must
even
not be able to
see
hear
us.
us. I'm not sure what's happening. But we can hear him. Well, I'm gonna
You
hit
can't
this.
hear us?
I don't think he can see us. Yeah, you're right. He must have something else popping up on the screen. Good old Shags. I'm gonna hit play.
He went to
Yeah,
University
let him
of
figure
Georgia,
that
played
out.
football, obviously. Then was drafted into the NFL by Carolina Panthers. He was at the Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson Super Bowl, which is
Okay.
kind of fitting with all this
Yeah,
story.
I had to be.
Then went on to play for, I think, the Rams, and then the Eagles, and then I think the
Nah, that
Titans, and
wasn't
then
Kim.
back to the Rams.
Now what?
I think he was Rams
That was
MVP
early. That was
along
like
with
oh
that one
03,
year.
oh 04. That's what I was saying. That
This
was,
is him.
yeah. Because he 40 something.
This is my little
Yeah.
brother.
He
He
45.
is known as a good guy in the league. Just about everybody who has anything to say
Damn,
about him
Shags.
will
Try it
say
again,
what a
bro.
good guy he is. And that's not the case.
No, it can It is the case. If all these people know him and they say he's a good guy, he's a good guy to them. He may not have been a good guy to you. See, this is what I'm talking about. The his side, her side, and the truth. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if she want to say, no, bitch, no, bitch. No, all these people that know him and spent years with him are going to say he's a good person. You're going to say, no, he's not a good guy. He just wasn't good to you. But obviously, all these people think he was a good guy. He was good to them. You don't get to just decide for all these other people. All these other people that worked with him for years,
Mm-hmm.
coached with him,
His
win with him,
teammates.
can't work with him, win with
Right.
him, can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all these people.
Coaches, players, all these motherfuckers. Shags, you
Yeah.
hear us, bro? Can you hear us?
Nah, I don't know if he can get through it. There might be something in the EV Muck sign in or something.
Well, I don't think I can hear him.
And we can hear
See, we
you.
hear him. Yeah.
I don't see anything or hear anything.
Don't see anything, don't hear anything. Dang.
That's wild.
That is wild.
I don't know, EV.
Because he's coming through fine.
Yeah,
Visible
like he,
audio.
yeah. Yeah.
Did he make claims that she was refuting? No. You got to get some attention. People like him. You can't have a guy that was mean to you be liked by other people. Everybody's got to hate him.
Yeah. All right. We'll let
Yeah, keep working, Shags. Keep
Is
working.
he on
At
his
all.
phone? Didn't you say it was a thing with it
No,
with
that
the
was
phone? One stream.
one stream. One stream you had that terrible app, but IG was able to get through on his phone. So I couldn't get through on the phone. Now listen, this guy went to my high school. He graduated about 8 years before me. But when I was in high school, he was in NFL. He come to train with us during summer practice on the football team. I've never heard anyone say a bad thing about him. How are you going to say he's a bad human being? He was bad to you. He was a bad human being to you.
Right.
Like all these people, like they had a good experience with the guy. So he's got good. Like most people, we're not just one way. We're good and bad. All of us have good and bad in them. Everybody don't love everybody. I guarantee somebody can't stand her. It's probably him.
It's probably I was gonna
Good
say.
example of one.
It's probably him. They
It
had a
might be
custody
him.
battle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
And all her people like, Tori's wonderful. She's
She's
sweet. She's a wonderful
great.
mother. She's the
She's
best.
thriving.
Give you the shirt off of her back.
Oh my
She
god.
volunteers. Oh,
She's
she's
just an
such a great.
amazing
Yeah,
mom.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you ask him,
Whole time.
that bitch.
That
I
bitch,
hate her.
right? Fuck
She's a liar. She put me on the internet for no good reason. She
this
turned
hoe.
my kids against me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Vaughn, Eric in the building. What's up? What's up? Man, I can't stand it. The whole my side, his side, and the truth. No, it's true. Everybody's got a side. Come on now.
It's TED Talk of somebody that we went to high school with. I don't know who it is, but talking about what a good guy he is. Will and I actually met back in high school. I
Mm-hmm.
graduated in
Now,
97.
hold
He
up.
graduated in 98. Obviously,
So
Mm-hmm.
she met him back in high school. You know, I'll be on them timelines. I'll be paying attention to the times people say. So she
98,
met him in high
97.
school, 97, 98.
he played football. I was on dance team. And I think my senior year, we were like seventh best in the entire nation. So our football team was excellent. And almost everybody that we went to high school with that played football went on to play college ball. And obviously, he wasn't an exception to that. He went on to play at the University of
What?
Georgia. Anyhow, we ended up divorced around the same time period. And around 2012-ish, he started hitting me up. And
Now, 2012, it's been 15 years. She knew him in high school. It's been 15 years. He starts hitting her up.
I'm not somebody who is impressed by fame or
Now, keep this in mind. Put a pin in this one. She's not somebody that is impressed by fame. Isn't that always the case? Nobody's impressed by
Yeah,
money and
yeah,
fame.
yeah, yeah. She's just not. She's just not right. That's just,
Yeah,
it's just nothing. It don't do it for her.
right. So she got with a good guy. I mean, a bad guy, but she's not impressed with money or fame. I'd love to know what he did. I'm sure it'll be the switcheroo, the amazing switcheroo, buckaroo.
Right. But she gonna call her love
or
bombing.
anything like that. And so
Oh, of course. Oh, of course. So she got with a good guy. I mean, a bad guy. Oh, Shags, if you can, when you can hear us, we can hear you and see you. I'm not sure what's going on. Whenever you hear that,
brushed him off. And we just were kind of friends, flirted a little bit, but nothing too serious.
okay. So she friend zoned him. 15 years in, she friend zoned this dude.
Yeah,
So
I, I can see you and hear you on the YouTube, but I can't see you and hear you or anything
that's
on this studio.
crazy. That is crazy. Not sure what happened, bro. And you came in. He went out and came back in, though, didn't he? Yeah. So I'm not sure why that would be happening.
And there's
Yeah,
like
man.
a minute delay too, because I said
Yeah,
it like a whole minute ago.
yeah. There's a delay from YouTube, from our service to the YouTube. It's at least it's close to a minute delay. So I'm not sure what we can do to fix that. But we see and hear you. It's just like you said. It's on a
No,
delay.
I restart. I refreshed. Hold on, I'll be.
All right, cool, bro. What up, Bree? All right. Hopefully, I'm coming back out. And
Here's a screenshot of one of these text messages.
so something making sure you're smiling today.
There you
Now,
go.
man,
That's
I
done.
haven't seen this kind of message screen in a minute. Which person is the one
I'm
who's
sure
the
that's. I'm sure he's the white.
the
He on
blue?
the left. Yeah, he
Okay,
on the
he's on the
left.
left.
She on the,
Okay.
yeah.
So she
Even
says
if the
thank
color
you.
changed, I've noticed. You could tell like the sender is usually on the left. The receivers, the person who's talking is usually on the right. They got the
Okay.
yeah. If it's their text messages,
All right. Can you hear us now, Shags? Can you hear us? See anything? It's crazy.
he ain't getting nothing. That's wild.
It is.
All
And I
right,
look
let's.
blurred too.
How does she still have them? Well, they 2013, so screenshots. Saying I see.
Yeah.
I got old pictures.
I mean, them some old photos. Them some old photos. But she held on to him. But I mean, for me, Dury, I'm kind of with you. So either to have something from that long, because it was what she said right around this time when they first started talking. She either one of those super sentimental people, or she just keeps everything, or she's a trap star. Like she's just a trap. Like she was planning on she keeps everything to hold it against you at some point in the future. One of the three, because how would you hit 2013? You know, went through four probably different versions of our phones, and since then probably changed numbers a couple times, maybe at least once. But you know, you done change phones. Having all these messages, that's kind of crazy to me. But
Don't that save in the cloud too? I'm not making excuses. I'm trying
the
today. I'm
screenshot,
trying.
it can save in the cloud, but that's a lot of man. She could, like I said, she could be one of the people that keep everything. Some people keep everything. So I'm with you. I left that as an option. Some people just keep everything.
Yeah,
So
I'm trying. This we
yeah.
it's
Benefit
we
of the
only
doubt.
20 minutes in. Yeah,
But
we only 20
ben,
minutes in. I'm
yeah,
probably going.
benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, she gonna catch it eventually, probably.
Oh yeah, she ain't gonna make it far. She ain't gonna make it far. She already done messed up. You know you done messed up, right?
Say it in
You know you
fucked
done
up. All
messed up.
right, my bad.
So let's
Let's
read
read
this. Let's
this.
read this.
Yeah, let's
So
read this.
thank you. I am. It's been a good day. How about you? Yeah, good day for sure, baby. Just got back to my room. And then this is where I'm like, I ain't know what happened. No, he was doing shady. Okay, no, he was doing shady stuff, and they broke up back in May. So she's gossiping with another chick. Like, oh, sorry, wrong person. I'm so glad you had a great day. It's okay, baby. It's all right.
messages. I've got the time date stamp up top.
Mm.
So we ended up meeting in person sometime around summer of 2013. Met up
So she met up. Wait. So she must keep everything, or she's a plotter. Hold up.
in person sometime around summer of 2013.
Hold up. Come on now.
Here's a
That's
screenshot
July
of one of
31st.
these text messages. I've got the time date stamp up top. So we ended up meeting in person sometime.
July is summer 2013. So she kept screenshots of their benign text messages the very summer that she met this guy. I don't know. That's us. That's us. I don't know. Because there wasn't
Right. You
anything
talking
going on
about
there. Why would you take a
right,
screenshot of it when nothing's going on in the conversation? Why would you take a screenshot?
right. If that was July 13th
Mm-hmm.
and you talking about sometime in the summer,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like in the next 6 weeks, like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like 2 weeks
Yeah.
later, ain't much summer left after the middle of
Yeah.
July. Like
So
summer ends about
either you
around that
just
date.
met him or you're just about to meet him. Why would you be taking screenshots of a
How everybody free?
Okay, am I back?
Yeah, damn, everybody free.
Am I back?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, cool. I'm back. Okay, cool. Whew.
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Jay, can you hear us yet? I don't know what's happening. The tech is doing something crazy today.
Hey man, I'm just gonna say it might be L. It might LEV Mux, man.
I don't know, man. It's been
Bro,
working all right. It's did some weird something. I don't know what happened. Why it just happened weird like that? That's new.
this is wild as shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you can hear us now, yeah, but Shags can't see or hear us, even though he's in the studio for whatever
Right.
reason.
Shags can't see us or hear us. We all just froze up, like everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen,
Yeah, but whew, I ain't really gonna complain about that. 'Cause StreamYard did that mess too. I used to get hung up on
Shags might need
StreamYard.
to get on the
I'm just,
PC
I'm just, I'm delayed. I guess this is very telling. I'll tell you that.
because he can't see us or hear us.
And of course, we didn't do anything like that.
Yeah, I ain't never had nobody had that happen. Hey, listen, StreamYard
Like,
felt like it did all that to me. I used to freeze all the time.
yeah, you like it'll be
Well,
like
yeah.
individual freezing, not you
Got
like
you.
that.
Not everybody at once. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I might
like
have to just
the whole
live
stream fro.
vicariously.
Yeah. Sorry, Shags. I'll have to catch you another time, I guess.
Oh
Unless
shit,
you can grab the PC. Pull the
or
PC
you,
out.
or you can stay up here and be Wilson. I like that we can only see his eyes.
It is funny though. But he tried to catch her from behind. It's kind of awkward.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you alone because I ain't trying to fuck with the flow.
That's all good, bro. Appreciate you though.
And
He's
that's
got the
tough,
suburban
man.
white chick. That
Because
sucks
I'm
though.
bending down trying to figure this shit out. I'm gonna get it one more go, but after that, I'm done.
Got you.
Got you,
Got you.
got
Got you.
you, got you. Yeah, yeah. It's a new program. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's gonna have some, especially us. I don't know how to use it yet.
We kissed, but nothing like that. We had our
We
first date
kissed,
in
but
April of
nothing like that.
2014, and it was
So she kissed when she first met him. Had him back to her house. First met him in person. Had him back to her house, but I'm not that kind of girl. I'm not that kind of girl. I'm not going to sleep with you on the first date. That's not the kind of woman that I am. Do you understand me?
Yeah, I'm with you now. Cause hold on, the order of events ain't making sense. But I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
just how she explaining it.
It's how she explained it. Because now she
Right.
is going back in time. So stuff is going to be disjointed in your memory after quite a bit of time.
But that's okay. She said they first met up
2013,
summer
summer 2013.
summer 2013.
With a group
She
of
said
friends. It was a group thing.
right, it was a group thing,
It was a group thing.
but they still made kissy face.
Yeah. They still make kissy face. Yeah, they was feeling each other. They was feeling the
Anaya
vibes.
was good. Anaya. Shout out to
And she took,
Kilroy too.
yeah, shout out to Kilroy. Shout out to Enya, Anaya. But yeah, so they made kissy face. They probably separated from the group. They was feeling some kind of vibe. They had been,
Right,
texting back and forth, during the summer,
right.
check-ins, good morning, how's your day, beautiful, all that stuff. It was cozy. And they
Man, he
tipped on off.
smashed. Man, he smashed.
No, she's not that kind of girl.
She would
She
and
took him
what ain't
home.
what kind of girl?
She's not
Every
that
kind of
kind of
girl is that
girl.
kind of girl. Fuck you
No,
talking about?
Yella. No.
Yes, Rashawn.
No. See, that's your
Yes.
story, then there's her story, and then there's the truth.
I mean, look, everybody got a price, and every chick got a dude. Every chick got
Listen,
that dude. I'm sorry.
hey,
Might
listen.
not like how it sounds.
She says she's not that kind of girl.
I'm every chick ain't going on the first date unless it's that dude. It's one of the hey,
Listen,
look, it sounds bad,
don't. It
but
doesn't
it
sound
happened.
bad. It just sounds untrue. You're directly contradicting what she said. She's got the facts. She's got the receipt. She's got the proof. She's got the evidence. She told you that already.
She can't prove that. She
So
sure
they went
skipped
on.
past that. She ain't had no screenshots of that.
She had a screenshot to that, but she met him in 2013. Goes on their first date spring of 2014. So it's still a while before they go on their first date. So she's moving slow. It's creep mode.
I'm with it though. I'm with it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
respect it.
Let's go.
A great date. So the
Great
next day,
date.
we went over to a mother figure's house.
Wait a minute. So you go on your first date. Y'all been texting. Probably calling on the phone late nights. Meet one time with a group of friends. Y'all go on a date. It's a great date. Very next day, you're going to a mother figure's house. Here, that's cozy.
Of his. She was a teacher that we went to high school with. And she was like, oh my gosh, I've never seen him like this with anybody else. This
Now this bad dude who's a terrible person has a teacher from high school that he's still in connection with, that he considers a mother figure because he's such a terrible person.
includes his ex wife. He was treating me really well, very attentive, very much a gentleman in every
Okay.
way, making sure I was taken care of. Um, and I was absolutely impressed. He did reveal to me that he had cheated on his ex wife, but the way that he explained it, he was humble, he accepted
Now here's my problem. Here's where she ran afoul of me, ran afoul of the law. He said he cheated. He said he cheated on his ex-wife. He cheated on his then wife. Right? Cheated on his then wife.
responsibility. And the way that he went about it, it made me feel, I guess, secure. Not that cheating is ever a good thing, but seeing that he was taking responsibility and owning his decisions and being regretful and remorseful, I saw this as a good sign. But unfortunately, this was a huge red flag that I missed.
No, you didn't miss it. He told you that he cheated on the person he made a commitment with. You didn't miss it. He told you directly, but you let him sweet talk you out of paying attention to it. You didn't miss it. He handed you the flag. Like he planted the flag with your hands on it. Like y'all both was like Iwo Jima planting the flag like heroes of like Vietnam. It was crazy. Like, what are you talking about? He said, I cheated on my wife. How do you can't miss that?
Stay tuned because we're going to see this relationship really start to heat up in part.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Part two.
Almost Married, NFL edition, part two. This is part 2 of an almost 40-part series, so if you haven't seen the first one, definitely go back and see it. So the relationship is going really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
He lives in St. Louis. I still live in Panama City, Florida, and we're going back and forth to see each other, and he's flying me in and out. This
Flued
is a
out.
trip that I went to St. Louis, and you can see the timestamp up top. This was
So they live in different places. He's flued in or out. So this is the summer after 40 parts. Yeah, we're not doing 40 parts. We're not doing 40 parts. Yell, if you're talking, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You might be muted.
I'm muted. Definitely
Okay.
not doing 40
Okay.
parts. No.
So this is 1 year exactly, pretty much, after the time that we saw the first text message exchange that she took a screenshot of for whatever reason. For whatever reason.
Okay.
So they cozy. Friendly,
was a
silly.
trip that he came back down to Panama City for. Again, those timestamps up top. So in June, he tells me that he's going to France. He had a
So it's June. June. They just started dating in spring. It's going well in June. So it's been a couple of months.
Yeah.
It's a couple of months that they've been dating.
Still got the new relationship smell.
Still got that new relationship smell. They cozy. And again, it's kind of long distance because they're flying back and forth. So it's
It's
long
really
distance.
new. It's really new then. Like,
Mm-hmm.
because that early on, you talking about living that far apart.
Mm-hmm.
Like they almost refreshing every time they see
Yep.
each other. So yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
can. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we getting the picture.
All right.
apparently had an ex-girlfriend. They had booked this trip to France together, and he was going to change his itinerary and
Huh?
Hold up. Right.
Wait.
Hold up.
going to France. He had apparently had an ex.
So he's going to France. He has an ex-girlfriend.
Booked this trip to France together.
They had already booked this trip together. I'd have to know when, which I know she's not going to tell us.
And he was going to change his itinerary, and that way he wouldn't be able to see her at all. But he didn't want to not go because he'd lose all the money on the trip. And
So he's going to reschedule his trip to still take the trip, but on different dates than the ex. Right.
No, they're still going the same day. He said he's changing his
His
itinerary.
itinerary so that he won't see her.
Right, but they ain't taking set. They still gonna be in.
Oh,
France
same date,
at
but
the
they're
same time.
just gonna do different activities.
Right.
I'm thinking the trip itinerary, like he's going to, but oh boy, I got you. Either way, it's bad. Either way, it's stupid. Either way, that's like him handing you the flag again.
Yeah, he handed you another one.
Yeah, because this is a dude that's flying you out routinely, so he's got money. He could just take an L on this trip. There's no reason for him to go.
He could
Unless he's taking
absolutely
you.
just take an L.
Take an L on the trip or add you to
Or-
his itinerary.
Yeah, right. It wouldn't be nothing to. I guess, you know what? Maybe. Would it be? I don't know. I don't know how that works. That's above my financial.
Well, you've already got a room. You've already got a room, so all you need to do is get her a flight.
I ain't never planned the itinerary in my life.
I mean, some of the stuff you might have to get extra tickets for. Some of the stuff it may be booked and she can't do it, or you just don't do it. Like if he's got enough money to fly you out consistently, frequently, he could take an L on some of those functions.
He probably got enough money to fly you to France with him too.
He can fly you to France.
A ticket right then.
You would share the room because you're already smashing.
Yeah.
Because the relationship's going great. You're already smashing. Y'all can share the hotel room, unless the other woman's there. But you can share the hotel room. I'm just saying. And a lot of the things, whatever he booked, he could probably either rebook, change, modify, or take a loss on anything that was rigid and just do something with her. Okay, well, me and you will go shopping at this point instead of the thing because they don't have another seat. Like, it's, come on.
And for me, I was like, okay, whatever, go, have fun, just keep in touch. So Will has a farm about an hour and a half, 2 hours outside of St. Louis. He has cattle, he has horses, and he's had some various other animals on the farm ever since. He does not live at this farm, although at that time there were 5 houses out at the farm. Now I think there might be 3 left. I'm not exactly sure. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, so he has this farm. There's a farm manager that runs it for him, and he's a little bit involved. So he has this huge 4th of July party every single year, and this party is massive. He has a live band, he has a bull riding machine, he has a massive private fireworks show, hired this company out. So it's a really big deal. He purchased tickets for me and my 3 older kids.
So this is 3 months into dating. He's been fluting her out for months. Now he's fluting out the kids. Fluting her and the kids out to his big July 4th extravaganza. But please remember, she's not impressed by money or fame. None of that impresses her.
Kids to come to the 4th of July party.
And he's a bad guy.
In 2014. And my kids were stoked. This was the first time that they had been on an airplane.
So this is her bringing her kids to the guy she's not impressed by having things, to the man that's not a good person.
Hey, just think about it though.
Let's go.
Like she getting flued out on a however weekly basis. But this 4th of July party is the first time her older kids are gonna be on an airplane going somewhere.
Yeah, they doesn't travel. This bad human being who's been fluting her out, that she's been,
I'm just sitting back thinking like, so you gone like every other week, getting flued out. Your
kids
kids
have been home.
just
locals, just locals.
Just
locals.
Fuck.
Yeah, they zip code blue, boys. Cold blue. Zip code blue. They dying in that city. Living and dying in that city. If it wasn't for this man, if it wasn't for this horrible person,
they just would never have probably seen outside their neighborhood.
Never.
Right, Kilroy, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, wait a minute. You been getting flued out for like a year because he ain't coming to you.
Right.
He might pop in with her every now and then, but y'all going to meet his mother figures and you going to this and you going to that and y'all, and it's like, wait a minute now.
Yeah, she's in the whole whirlwind. This is the whirlwind romance.
And this the first time the kids seeing what the inside of a plane look like? And you basically live in one?
Right.
That's crazy.
That's how people do them kids, though. They treat themselves better than their kids.
Damn.
Yeah. But it's possible they do a lot of trips, or maybe they drive everywhere or take the bus. It's because a lot of people drive. The family trips camping. Come on.
She camping, bro?
She could be a glamper. No glamour campers. It could happen. Excuse me. Yeah. They probably eating Hot Pockets while she got the fancy dinners.
Right. They at home eating them bogus ass banquet dinners with the little brownie that just basically turned into like burnt chocolate sauce.
Be stuck on the plastic.
It just be like burnt chocolate sauce. She eating filet mignon. The kids eating microwave French fries and shit.
She probably eating better on the plane than they eat.
Right. The nuts on the plane. Got them on nutrients.
Oh, man.
That's fucked up.
I mean, it is. But, that's how it be. We see this quite a bit.
Plane rides. This was a really big deal for them.
Big deal for them. Let's look at this. Oh. Look. Oh.
This is my youngest at the time, and she was so excited. This was also the first time that my kids met his kids, and outside of my oldest daughter, our kids are in similar ages. So, like when we first met, his oldest daughter was, I think, in 4th grade, then it went 3rd grade, 2nd grade, 1st grade. And
oh, wow.
So
he had stair-step one every year kids? Jesus Christ.
They were just these stair steps, and they all got along great, and it was awesome.
Okay,
So
between both of them, their kids were every other. Okay, all right,
Mm-hmm.
that's like
Mm-hmm.
3 and 2 or something like that. Three from one
Mm-hmm.
person, two from the other. I like it. All right. Now something crazy happened.
So they can all kind of relate. It's like they can
Mm-hmm.
all get along on
Yeah,
different
yeah,
levels. It's like the
yep.
hierarchy is already set.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
That's not
saying?
bad.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not
yeah,
bad.
yeah. Okay.
That's actually kind of fortunate. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
usually something crazy happened at least once at these Fourth of July parties. There's lots of moonshine. At this
Lots of
particular
drinking. You got your kids
one,
at this party with the drinking.
he had his dog
Ain't
Hendrix
nothing wrong
there,
with
who was a South African Boerboel.
Mm.
And if you've never been around a Boerboel, they're very, very protective. They're guard dogs.
Mm.
I was not a fan of Hendrik. He would growl at me. He just gave me uneasy vibes. And
Dogs, no. Dogs, no. The dog didn't like you.
Dogs be knowing.
You're the bad person
The party was a redneck freak off.
here. Redneck
The
freaky sweet.
bitches like this though they go outside. Their party was a redneck freak off.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was one of them southern dudes. He went to Georgia. He went to Georgia
Yeah.
University.
Yeah.
Go dogs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
anyhow, at this particular party, there was a girl there, and or I should say woman,
Mm-hmm.
and she was kind of leaned down on a wall, and Hendrix bit her face. And she
Mm.
had to be rushed to the hospital, had to
That's
have
crazy.
emergency plastic surgery, and allegedly won a lawsuit against Will for $800,000 for that incident.
So
And I'll
he's
go more
got a violent dog that should not have been loose if you're having a party.
Yeah,
into
that was
what
stupid.
happened
That's why I
to
don't fuck with dog people. For real, for real.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't
They
fuck
don't
with
bite.
dogs. I
They
don't
don't
fuck with
bite.
dog people. I swear to, I'll be ready to fight. I'll be ready to fight. As soon as you be like, they don't bite. Come
They
on,
don't
step
bite.
outside. Of course they
He's
don't bite
friendly.
you, dumb shit.
He's
Of
friendly.
course he friendly to you.
He's friendly. Just pet him. Just hold your hand out. Let him sniff you.
Hendrix. Later, there'll be an animal
An animal
part to
update.
this,
Okay.
but absolutely insane. But the party had to continue. So we rallied the troops and got together,
Let's go.
and it ended up being the most fantastic time. This is Will.
Now I'm
Sorry
sorry.
that
What the fuck kind of picture is that?
Exactly. Exactly.
Nigga.
Come on.
That look like a poster for a Jordan Peele movie. Nigga, what the
It
fuck?
do. It do.
Goddamn. Nigga, what the fuck kind of picture is that, bro? Hold on,
Yeah.
wait.
Last flight.
Look at this nigga.
Last flight out.
Bro, stop playing.
Don't come back.
Jordan Peele's newest horror movie, The Blitz, starring Will Witherspoon.
Ain't no way, man.
Her NFL love gone wrong.
Man.
She was blindsided by his love bombing.
Even though she's not impressed by fancy things, money, or fame.
That nigga look like he about to do something crazy.
He do. He looked like he bit somebody's face off.
He said, Kara said, dude look like Kanye West. Both pre-crazy and post-crazy.
Oh, shoot.
picture I took, and on the bull riding machine.
All right,
So
see?
after the
So you
trip,
could be a
the
serial
back
killer
home-
and have fun on a mechanical bull.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hey, yo, he looked crazy as fuck in that picture, though. Like,
He
she
did.
be missing all the fucking
All the
red
signs.
flags.
All the signs.
God damn,
All
girl.
the signs. Even when he handed them to her. He handed them to her. Let me get a photo of you. Let me get my serial killer pose on. Like, what?
And it was, like, perfect, too. And she's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
She probably shared it in the group chat, like, girl, he looks so sinister.
Yeah. He's a protector.
home and I get a friend request from somebody that I do not know who they are.
Oh shit.
And I click the name, and their cover picture on their Facebook profile is a picture of them kissing Will, my boyfriend. And so I'm like immediately like, accept friend request.
Now, problem, another problem here. You see somebody kissing your boy, and instead of confronting him about it, you add this person as a friend. So now they're going to have access to your data. You have no idea what they're about, but because you're so curious, instead of addressing it with the person that you're with, that you're dating, or just walking away, you accept the friend request because that person you don't know. Let me accept him.
Yeah, but this what's her name?
Tori, right here.
Tori.
It's Tori.
Oh yeah, this screenshot Tori right here though. So
Yeah,
you know
screenshot
she,
Tori.
yeah, you know she investigating.
Yeah, tabloid Tori.
Tabloid Tori. Yeah, take a
Let's
pic
go.
Tori.
Yeah, take a pic.
Request. So start scrolling through their
Of course you
profile,
did. No.
and it's vacation pictures,
Mm-hmm.
and they're in France. And
Oh,
they're
France. Were they in France in July of 2014?
Duh,
By
really?
chance?
No, really?
Separate itineraries?
Who?
Did they stumble across each other?
Whom?
together, and they're very much a couple. And I was just shocked and floored, to say the least. And I'm just floored. I'm upset. I'm hurt. I've been lied
Mm-hmm.
to. I've been betrayed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by the guy that said he cheated on his wife,
Yep.
and you're just his girlfriend.
Yep.
And so,
Hey, and
we've got some talk.
he. I mean, like he has, like, it, he's folded up the flag and handed it to you like at the military
Man,
funeral.
listen.
Like has presented it to you
Yeah,
each
presented
time.
colors.
Yeah, he's presented colors every time.
Yes.
Every time.
Just red.
And it's just red. Whole flag red.
Man. But now Kilroy. This is part 2. He's admitted to cheating on his wife. That's what she said in part 1.
I'm trying to figure out where the 40 finna go.
That's what I'm saying.
We got
This
38 more red flags. This
is the same problem. This is the Risa Tisa paradox, bro. This is the
Oh
Risa Tisa
shit.
paradox. He cheated on her. He admitted to cheating on her,
Oh,
but he said he
man.
cheated on her with such accountability and, I guess, gravitas that you let him take you around the whirlwind, and now he's cheating on you. So, and this is part 2 of 40. Like, this should not go beyond the part 2.
This
Like, there
shouldn't
should be
be.
nothing. There should be nothing else. Now, if you
Yeah.
decide to entertain part 1, once you've been cheated on in your first year of relationship, that should be it. It's your first year. He lied to you. We're gonna have separate. I'm not gonna see the person. He lied to you, and they're in all the vacation photos together. They're a whole
Would
couple.
I lie
You're
to
the side
you?
bae. You find out you're side bae. That should be it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything after part 2, you've chosen for yourself.
Yeah. Shout out to the mother figure. Shout out to the godmama. She just played it cool. She ain't say shit. She like,
Mm-hmm.
hey baby, how you doing? Knowing that she done did that, knowing that she done did the same thing like 2 weeks ago.
15 times. She
Hey,
said,
let's
"Hey, baby," because she don't
go.
remember none of their names. Don't
That's,
remember none of their names.
look, baby, here, look, are you thirsty? She all types of nicknames.
Man.
Sweetheart, child,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
baby girl with your granddad over there. She ain't finna
Mm-hmm.
worry about remembering your name.
Can't. Because
Shout
Big
out.
Will rolling them through.
Because it's about to get super
It's
messy.
about to get super messy. Come on, Tori.
I
It's
mean,
already messy.
we've
It's already
already
messy.
reached Solange. We about to reach Solange level.
Man, listen.
MESS mess.
MESS mess. So let me cue up part 4 while we get ready to play. Hold up.
Yeah, this is the unfortunate situation of finding out that you're the side piece.
Yes.
Like, so she's sitting here considering that, oh my God, he cheated on me. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
well,
Huh. He's cheating on her.
he could be cheating on her. So perspective
Yeah.
needs to be had at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But this part three, y'all. Who the fuck did I marry?
Almost married.
Who the fuck? Oh
Almost
no,
married.
almost married. Yeah,
Yeah.
almost married.
And I still don't understand. He cheated on his wife. You're either the side piece or got cheated on in your first year. How in 38 parts do you almost marry somebody? This is the reason I couldn't go through all the parts. Is because you told me in part two that you were stupid. Like you told me you were an idiot in part two.
Right,
Like there's no, I don't like listening to stupid people on purpose.
right,
Like I did
bro.
that with Risa Tisa. I listened to Risa Tisa because I kept waiting for Legion to be the problem, but I'm like, no, Risa Tisa's the problem.
We not
Like
getting
he
there.
kept, yeah, he kept showing you like this is who I am, this is who I am, this is who I am, and you're like, okay, I don't care, I want what I want, and then here you got the same person, but this
This
lady,
is
she's not impressed by fame or money, but her kids were getting that first flight experience and
say she's
throws
sharp
up
as a cue ball.
sharp as a cue ball. It's crazy, man. But again, she announced it. He's not a good person, but she spent all this time with him. Relationship going great. Had your kids around him.
Yo, this is
You're not a good person,
crazy.
and you're not impressed by all the stuff that he has. But it's hard for me to believe because he's also not a good person. So he's not a good person. You're not impressed by the stuff he has. So what was it? It was the Big Willie.
Who the fuck did I almost marry? NFL edition, part 3. So we last left off in part 2, where got a friend request
Yep.
and see all of these pictures of this France vacation where he clearly isn't by himself. He's with another girl. They had
Woman.
dated off and on. Apparently, he had cheated on her a lot.
Oh,
He's
okay.
told me
Okay, so this is the second person that he's cheated on. That's not you. So two other people, and then you're getting cheated on. So that's this. Come on now.
that she cheated on him. I have no clue, but very messy, very adulterous relationship, whatever side it fell on. Allegedly, this is the girl that he had cheated on during his marriage when he played for the Eagles. He had moved her from where she was living to Philadelphia and had an apartment with her, and that's how the accident found
Nice.
out because Power and Stuff was on even after he'd been traded. Again, this is all allegedly because these are things that have been told to me. The mere mention of this person to our mutual friends, his friends, and everybody around him immediately elicited horrible reactions. Everybody loved to trash talk this girl, and everyone had a horrible story about her.
So again, this person that you say is a horrible man who you stayed in a relationship with for a year, even after he admitted to cheating and is allegedly cheating on you. Everybody in this circle has a horrible story about the woman that he's allegedly cheating with. The person that reached out to you, unprovoked, unsolicited, everybody in his circle has a negative experience with her. Like now, again, falls on tabloid Tory. Like this is a problem with her. Like this person reached out to you to try to bust the bubble, Will's bubble, your bubble, somebody's bubble. And then everybody in this circle, you trying to tell me nobody is like, man, nah, Will was doing wrong. Nobody likes her. Come on. I've been around some cheaters. I spent time around some cheaters. And when the person's wrong, when they're cheating, nobody takes a side. They'll be neutral. Nobody's like maybe one or two people that are devoted to this person will be like, nah, I can't stand that person. They're a home wrecker. But most people don't want to like, nah, this is my homeboy, but I ain't got nothing to say about that. That's their business. That's between him and his wife. That's what I'm saying. Like
Right.
every time I've seen cheaters, most people do like they do that. What's your boy, Drewski? It's not my business.
Hey,
I try to mind my business. That's between him and his wife. That's between him and his girl. That's between him and his old lady. Almost every single time. Almost every single time. But everybody has this horrible story about this person.
So here's some screenshots of this time period.
More screenshots, Dory. Where this
Damn,
person
hold on.
off record on. Yes, it ain't working for me. I can't really read that. She got that
Hold
NFL
on.
edition over.
Hold
Something
on.
would
Hold
have
on. Hold
already
on.
worked by this point.
Let me see something.
Off something on,
So,
off and on for 8+ years
this is
speaks for
off and
itself.
on for 8+ years. Speaks for itself. And this is a screenshot. Say it's
Oh,
hard to
another screenshot.
believe.
It's a screenshot of a
Screenshot of
screenshot.
another goddamn screenshotception. Shit.
Let's
All
go.
right. It's hard to believe any of that when you've acted in such
Unloving
unloving
ways.
ways. It's an unhealthy in a healthy relationship. I probably wouldn't need so much reassurance, but this is not healthy. It's broken into a million pieces.
I'm a guarantee that's probably the woman that sent that screenshot. And
That
that's
is
her
it.
her yeah.
That it is. He said, "Yeah, that it is."
Yeah, short
Damn,
and sweet. Yeah, that's a dude.
damn, damn.
And she's writing books. This is why everybody don't like her.
He like, damn. Say, trust me. I want to live a life without stress too. I would like to sleep at night every Well, I would like to sleep at night time you are always, every time you are blah, 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 don't always text me and call me. I don't want to feel the
Probably
anxiety. I
away every time
feel,
you are away and don't answer my calls or texts.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm trying to remember. She in rage mode too. It
Mm-hmm.
don't be competent.
Mm-hmm.
I feel I feel every single time you're texting with some woman. I don't know, but you created that. And now I'm the one that just has to deal with it. Let it go and pretend it didn't happen because it's too much stress on you to deal with the questions, etc.
Now,
Damn.
yes, if he was caught cheating or texting somebody, man, every time you see him with his phone, you're asking him about who he's texting. That is too much stress. Nobody should be questioned all of the time. Either you're gonna have to trust him, or the two of y'all need to split up. Now he shouldn't deal with somebody that can't trust him, but he also needs to be a trustworthy person. Like he shouldn't have cheated. Whatever happened, he shouldn't have did it. Like he shouldn't have cheated. You should be a trustworthy person. If you're in a relationship, you should be a trustworthy person. We know Will looks he looks like a philanderer. He looks like a cheater. He looks like a serial cheater. He cannot be monogamous just by the looks of it. But he'll also tell you that,
He
and you'll
right.
stay with him.
Right. He's also super honest.
Yeah. Look,
So I
cheated
don't
on my
know.
wife.
Yeah.
Cheated on my wife. Now he cheated on the person. He cheated on the wife. Then he cheated on the mistress, which is crazy. But you lose them how you get them, as they say. Now the woman that he's either cheating on the wife or the mistress. Well, it was ex-wife, so he cheated on the ex-wife or the mistress or some other new girlfriend. He's cheating on with Tori, tabloid Tori, and then the mistress is trying to blow up tabloid Tori spot. Like, listen, he's a cheater, girl. He cheated on me, and he was cheating with me. Yikes! When was that? Yeah. I have to look, but I'm on phone with him. He's chewing something off, chewing my ear off. So he's
Probably
on the
cussing
phone
her ass out.
with the mistress
He
because
cussing
probably he
her
reached
ass
out to
out.
Tori and Tori probably asked him about it. So
Mm-hmm.
now they all going back and forth in like a little triangle. Man, that I had that happen once. That was crazy.
He
It was
cussing
kind of
her
interesting.
ass out. He's like, if you don't leave her the hell
Yeah,
alone, somebody like you now, bitch.
yeah,
This why
man.
everybody got bad shit to say about you now.
Yeah, because you messy. Because first of all, you were the person that I was cheating with, so you need to know your place. But instead, she's trying as the mistress to ruin other relationships he is.
Right.
Like, so she's not even playing the proper mistress role. She's a messy mistress. Know your role, man.
And these are messages that he screenshot of himself with her and had sent it to one of his friends.
Okay. So he had
And
screenshot of her
she's relaying
messages.
this to me, so you can pause to
So how did she get the text message that he screenshot and sent to some of his homies? See, this is crazy. These people crazy.
read. And here is another one. Pause to read.
And he something to take time, and he hasn't spoken to her since Friday. And he is, trust me, it does take time, and he hasn't spoken to her since Friday. Something things you don't have to do it the same as me. And she's writing another book, like oh my god,
You
that's
don't
why
have
the
to do
friend
it the
said
same
lunatic
as me.
afterwards.
But at the end of the day, it's about whatever. It's about whatever or not. It's about whether or not you're going to meet my needs or vice versa. It's a patient understanding. It's giving you a chance at the chance at the chance. And you had the nerve to sit here and tell me that I'm not giving you enough credit. I asked you to do one thing every other day. Uh,
Oh,
oh, oh,
oh
oh,
yeah. Here we go.
oh, I'm glad I started reading. Okay. I asked for you to do one thing every other day. A compliment.
Here we go.
Read a book.
Yeah. So
A
read a book.
couple hours a day. Talk about goals. That
Yeah.
could take
Ambition.
an hour. Stop talking and seeing people. That could be instant. So you're telling me that in the last three so you're telling me that in the last 3 weeks that's a lot? Bro, what are you talking about? You just said it
Yeah,
three
man.
weeks ago, my nigga.
3 weeks. Yeah.
So wait, in 3 weeks, every other day, I gotta give you a compliment, read a
Yeah.
book, a couple
Mm-hmm.
hours a day. You want look outside of the look, look.
Nah, bro. No.
I am former Pro Bowl NFL linebacker, Super Bowl linebacker Will Witherspoon. Miss me with that reading a book,
Man, listen.
talking about goal. Bitch, I reached my goals. What the fuck
He
is you
got a
talking about?
he's got a farm and employees.
What do we
This
need to
dude.
talk about? That's right. I got a farm. I throw massive parties. I've reached my goals. What the fuck is you talk? You talk about your goals. That's the only
He's not
goals we'll be talking
ambitious.
about. No,
But he's
the
not ambitious,
right.
bro.
No, that's the trick though. The only goals we'll really be talking about is yours.
Mm-hmm. But she wants him to have goals. She don't want no man that's stagnant. He's got to be ever evolving, ever growing like her. Now
Yeah.
listen, this is what gets me. Like, look at this paragraph, bro. This is what really blew me. Like, it's her, her. It's like her. I want a compliment now, which is not that's not an unreasonable request. But you're a mistress. Like, you take what you get. Like, if that dude don't make you feel good, you're a mistress. You can just leave the dude alone. But he's fluting you out because you're a mistress. So you want a compliment, you want to feel good like you're in a relationship, but you're a mistress. Just be the mistress. If you don't like the way he treats you, find somebody else to mistress for. But again, you shouldn't have to beg for that. If you got to beg for that, he doesn't want you anymore. If you got to beg for a compliment, he doesn't really like you. Then she
Man,
says, read a book. Read a book a
read a
couple of
book.
hours a week. This is his spare time. This is
Read
his
a book.
time in his life.
Mm-hmm.
She wants him to read a book for her comfort. So
Ambition
what
is
she
having goals outside of me. No, that's a hobby. No, what's no, what did it say? Ambition is having a hobby outside of me. No, that's just having a hobby.
but guess
Like,
what, Yella? She's the hobby.
right.
She's the hobby.
And the hobby gotta be
She's his
something that's
spare time.
productive. The hobby gotta be something productive. It can't
She
just
should
be
be productive then.
it can't just be sit around and twiddle my thumbs.
She
I gotta
should be
read a book.
productive.
What the fuck book am
Yeah.
I reading?
So what does it mean when your hobby tells you to get a hobby? Like, what kind of mess is that? Imagine your video game telling you need something else to do.
That
Like,
would
imagine you turned on Fortnite
suck.
and they put up a prompt that said you need to go read a book.
You need to
Why
go
don't you
read a
start
book, my
painting?
nigga.
Why don't you try painting?
Right. You ever tried like badminton?
Yeah. She's trying to make him relationship ready. But she's a mistress, which is super crazy to me. She wants to talk about goals. He, like you said, he's reached his. Stop talking. Now, this is where it gets it. Like, after all that weirdness that doesn't make sense from a mistress, the home record, because he was a married. He was a married when the person that sent these texts was the mistress while he was married. Then they're like, stop talking to and seeing other people. What do you mean? He's talking to and seeing you outside of his marriage. How do you want to get an exclusive relationship from a married man? Why are you asking him to stop seeing anybody else? Like, are you crazy? You've lost your mind. And even still,
Lord.
even if you want to be exclusive with this married man, you're asking for that after compliments. You rather feel good than have him being exclusive to you, which is still nuts. So he's dealing with a crazy person.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, I don't know what it is, and maybe that's the thing that I would never understand about women and their dynamic with men.
Mm-hmm.
However, these messages are after, I'm assuming after she's said that he be texting other women and he caught her with other women, and like you realize what it's like, you trying to negotiate a healthy relationship with somebody who's either cheating on you
Mm-hmm.
or you're being the cheatee. The
Yeah,
cheat is, you're not the cheated, you're the cheatee.
yeah. She's a cheatee. This is the cheatee.
Yeah. And Will is the cheater.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
And
yeah.
the wife is somewhere ex cheated.
Yeah, she's cheated. Yeah, yeah.
She's
She's the
moved on.
cheated. Yeah.
So the cheatee is sending her old messages from when she was the cheatee of the cheater, asking
Damn.
him to be exclusive and to grow himself and evolve
Damn.
and read a book because you slow. You might have CTE. Learn some
Telling
words.
the cheatee telling him he might have CTE.
Man, listen.
That's messed up.
You can watch movies and play games on your iPad for literally hours a day, but you can't focus yourself enough to do a few things to for me to reassure me. He's got to read a book to reassure you.
What? Oh my
What
god,
does
this feels
reading
like
him reading a
ambition.
book, man? It is the ambition thing. How does your mistress want you to have more ambition? You have enough ambition to afford multiple women and to flew them out.
I am Will Witherspoon.
And your mistress,
And
your
you
miss
are
mistress.
mistress. That's what you're doing right now. You supposed to be mistress.
Somebody that, man, listen, if you cheating and the person you cheating with try to grow you and evolve you to their liking, my God,
Yo, I'll hate it here if that's the case.
that's what's happening. Because he's a whole married woman at this point. Remember, she's like, well, when did these actually? I'd have to look. These are old. So it had to be when she was the mistress. She couldn't even remember the date of them. This stuff's crazy. But this is the woman he's been off and on with since the marriage and went to France with. That's asking him to read books to reassure her. This
Yeah,
is where
that's
we at.
crazy. Yeah, she got this book that she obsessing over. Yeah, oh my God. Hey, I have legitimately experienced that.
It's crazy, man.
I have
Hey, you know what's
legitimately
funny?
experienced that.
I wonder if the book was love languages. Shout out to
Oh my
T.M.
God.
Howard.
Oh my God. Oh my
I want you
God.
I want you to read 5 love languages.
Hey, I'm gonna send you a book. All right, cool. You ain't never heard me talk about reading.
Man, listen.
Ain't never even seen me. And this ain't even nothing I would read about. And it wasn't even nothing I would read about.
man, man, listen. But
So
it
I'm
don't matter
sitting
what you
here.
want.
Right. I'm sitting here like, I got through like half of it and raged out. I rage quit.
Yeah, yeah,
I rage quit. I was like, I think that's what he did too. He was like 3
yeah,
weeks. He probably read that shit like 1 or 2 times and like, I don't even know what the fuck this shit about.
yeah. I mean, but imagine
Yeet.
the effort of trying to reassure the mistress. Like how, who, like, where do you get entitled to reassurance and you're the
Yeah.
mistress? Like that's what
Yeah.
gets me. That's what gets me. Like this is
Yeah.
so that's a level of entitlement I don't even understand.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's crazy. You gotta know. You gotta know who you are. You're on it. You're on again and off again. You have no kind of level of commitment from this dude, and you want him to reassure you by reading books. Like, and you're begging for compliments. Your self esteem is in the gutter.
So, needless to say, everybody in his life made her out to be the problem.
Well, they both are. He's a serial cheater, and she's a cheatee.
Right.
At first, I was done with the situation. I don't do cheaters. I don't
Oh,
see
you
Oh,
this.
don't? You
oh,
don't?
oh, but you got 38 more parts of doing cheaters. Like, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, thank you.
We got
She talk
37
crazy.
more clips to go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She talk crazy. She
Okay.
talk crazy.
Let's see what you don't do. You know what? I've heard that a couple times.
Yeah.
It might be, I don't be doing all that. Next thing
Hmm.
you know, hey, you do that pretty well though.
Yeah,
You do
yeah.
that pretty well.
Done
Sure,
that before.
sure you've never done this before?
Yeah.
Sure you don't do? Okay, all right, you don't
You know
do.
what I bet? I would bet money that those kids that got flued out with her that very first time, I bet they were by a cheater. I bet she was doing the cheater then. I'll bet money. People have a hard time breaking patterns.
Do this kind of thing. His friends were really rallying hard for me to come back and stay with him. Apparently, he was devastated that I had left. I don't know if he'd had like resistance in the past to people not tolerating this kind of behavior. I have no clue. But he rallied extremely hard to get me back and was utilizing the use of his friends to do so. And I decided to give him another chance.
So
That's
you
what I'm
do
talking about.
cheaters.
That's what I'm talking about, John. That's what I'm talking about. Now, see, that's the village Bree was talking about right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the village. When you the leader of
Yeah.
the village got no choice but to rally behind you.
Mm-hmm.
See, it don't just take a village. Take you to lead the village to get them type of results. Yeah, motherfucker get to change their whole life behavioral pattern. I don't do this. I don't do that. There's the look. They collectively was outside of your house,
Mm-hmm.
holding the boom box.
Man.
Who's gonna drive you home?
Man, but it's crazy though, man. So obviously the friends like her, the friends like Will, they like them together. They probably don't know that he's that bad of a cheater.
Yeah,
But she does. In part two and three, she knows he's a serial cheater. And she decides to give him another chance,
yeah.
even though she doesn't do cheaters. She doesn't do that. She's not that kind of girl. She doesn't do cheaters, but she's doing one now.
Chance. He had told me that this other girl was gone for
Of
good,
course she
and
was.
in my mind, which obviously hindsight is 2020, in my mind,
This time foresight is 2020. Like, come on. You can't be that dumb. There's no way.
Right. Yeah,
I
man.
thought,
If you uh,
Yeah.
at that point, shorty, you just got LASIK.
Yeah.
I can see
Like,
clearly now. The rain is. You supposed to see that
yeah.
by then. Yeah.
Putting your hand on stuff. I'm gonna give the stove. I'm gonna give the stove a second
You know
chance.
what? That stove wasn't
Yeah.
that. Maybe the stove wasn't that bad.
Yeah. It's probably cooled down by now. It's probably cooler.
Yeah. It probably
It's,
never
it's
get
red
hot
hot. It
again.
looks red hot. It just burned me a second ago. It's probably cool by now.
Probably cool. Hold on one second, bro. I'll be right.
You do think? All right, but yeah, man, this is why I want to share this with you. I was like, this is crazy. In part two, she gave up the whole game. He cheated on his wife. Like, leave them people alone. If you know somebody admits to cheating on their wife, leave them alone. You don't need to date that person. Leave them alone. Doesn't matter if they had time to figure it out. Leave them alone. Why take the risk? Why even do it? Then when he's in France with somebody else, there's no way you pass that. There's no way you pass go. It doesn't even make any sense. It's ridiculous at that point. You become a whole fool, a useless idiot at that point. There's no way. When you see that person that is on a trip that you couldn't go on, that they had already paid for, and you see them all hugged up with the person that's now contacting you on Facebook, how do you get that another chance? Yeah, man, at some point, man, I have a hard time believing some of these people are adults and then they're raising children. Like, what kind of judgment, what kind of skills are you passing on to your kids? Like, this is ridiculous. And then you bring your kids around these people too. Like, now I see why so many kids just be exposed because they're around it. They're being raised by idiots. It's embarrassing at this point, man. If you cheat once in your 20s and you're in your 40s, yeah, that's a long time. But if you just cheated 5 minutes ago, yeah, it's just the marriage he just recently got out of. He couldn't have been divorced that long. Couldn't have been divorced that long. But even if nothing else, the trip to France with the other woman, that's got to end it. That's got to do it for you. That's got to do it for you. If you're that desperate for love, if you're that addicted to the sex, or if you're that impressed by how much money he has, how he's willing to lavish it and be generous, I mean that's got to be a you problem. He's told you everything. He's shown you and told you everything about his character. He's a low character dude, and you're like, okay, man. I don't know how long y'all are gonna be gone, so I'm just tip on because we got like 2 more parts to go through.
I thought at the time that if she was gone, then and she was clearly the problem, that
She was clearly the problem. He's cheated on his wife, and he's cheating on you with her and her with you or whatever, and she's a problem.
we should be smooth sailing from
These
this
people.
point forward.
Mm.
Believe me, I'm well aware of how silly and stupid this all sounds now. I feel stupid even saying this out loud. Slowly but surely, he was proving himself to me. And I'm about to show a series of pictures that show how involved he had gotten with me, my life, my kids, and everything. This was the first time that I had seen him since the cheating episode. And
So he cheated in July of 2014, which they started dating in the spring of 2014. So he'd already cheated in, I guess, the first 8 months. I mean, first 4 months, like April to August.
he had flown down to visit me and my family during a timeshare in Fort Myers Beach, and it was his birthday, and so we had celebrated. He had flown me back to St. Louis. Here we're at an Outcast concert. This was probably the best concert of my life, so much freaking fun. On this trip, he had flown back to Panama City, and we had gone to a spa, had massages, and all kinds of really cool stuff, and then had a dinner at the Red Bar. Here's us at an event. He had flown my oldest daughter and I up to St. Louis, and then had driven down, all of us, including his 3 older kids, in an RV where we spent spring break back in Panama City. Here's a look at this RV. He bought this RV just for this trip. And so when I'm talking big gestures and doing...
Again, big gestures. Big gestures. But again, she's not impressed by any of this stuff. She's not impressed by the big gestures, according to her.
Just amazing things. I guess looking back, this all could be considered love bombing.
It can't be love bombing if you don't fall for big gestures, if you don't like expensive things, if you don't fall for that stuff, if you're not impressed by fame and money and power and wealth. If none of that stuff impresses you, it's not love bombing.
Back just in time, huh? I wonder what time I said that in the stream. I wonder what part I said that in. I knew she was gonna get around and
It was
claiming
early.
it
It was
was love
early.
bombing.
It
Yeah,
was early.
I knew it, man. You know what? Yeah. How many more parts we gonna do? About 2 or 3? Yeah. This is the part.
I think we're on 3. We're gonna stop at 5. Let's stop at 5.
Yeah, because we already skipped the part where Scooby Doo. We already skipped the part of Scooby Doo where Fred pulled the mask off and revealed who the monster
the villain
really
was.
is. Yeah. Yeah, girl, get out of here.
Yeah, she's stupid. And they're allowed to raise kids. Like this kind of person with this kind of thinking is allowed to raise kids. And it wasn't young and dumb. I can't remember what part it was. It might still come up. Why a mistress is so upset about him cheating? I don't know. And I'm not sure why your comment wasn't there a minute ago. I'm not sure why a mistress is so upset about him cheating. It's crazy. But this lady right here, when they first started seeing each other, she was in her mid-30s. Like she was in her mid-30s when they were first seeing each other. So it wasn't even like a young and dumb thing. Wasn't even a young and dumb.
I felt at the time was, showing me how much he cared and how much he was wanting to do for me and my children. This is also from that trip. And so is this one. And yet another trip. This is our bunny Max. We had 2 bunnies at the time, Max and Gus, and they were really cute. So obviously at this point, our relationship is getting much more serious, and we're starting to discuss future baby.
Why are you discussing the future and future baby plans if you don't do cheaters? If you don't do cheaters.
plans, those kinds of things. Again, he had 3 kids, I had 3 kids. It's kind of like a modern day Brady Bunch. So around April 2015, we discussed starting to have a baby. And at that point, I was 36.
Okay, so she was 35 when they started dating. 35 when they started dating, because she's 36 in the April, which is 1 year after they've been dating. So there was no young and dumb here. This is a fully grown woman with multiple kids, 3 kids. There's no excuse for this level of stupidity. None.
And I had no clue how long it would take. They always say your fertility starts to really drop off at that point, and despite not really having any previous issues with that, I just didn't know how it was going to go. He had promised me that marriage was absolutely around the corner.
Now, this woman who's already got a kid, so she shouldn't be like desperate for a kid. Like, oh, I gotta have a kid before I turn 40 because I don't have a kid yet. Can't even be that. No excuses for this.
And so I agreed at that point that we would go ahead and start trying in case that this whole thing took a really long time. Marriage was something super important to me.
Obviously not.
And it was absolutely kind of
Come on, man.
non-negotiable
Try
thing
to talk
for-
about marriage super important.
Right. So she's trying to have a kid with somebody she's not married to. This is a 40-part series saying, who did I almost marry? So she's trying to have kids before she's trying to get married. They're just talking at this point. And marriage is a non-negotiable. It never happened. It's super negotiable because it never happened. Who did I almost marry? You never married this non-negotiable person that you had to marry because you were trying to have their kid. And y'all had a custody battle. So eventually you do have a kid of his. Like, this is one of the dumbest people on the planet. But this is why I was like, I can't take that. It's your side, my side, and the truth. You're not competent to have a side of the truth. Like, she's not even competent to see reality. Like, this is somebody, like, there's his side, there's the truth, and then there's whatever she's made up. Because this is how she's an idiot. A non-negotiable. That never happened. It's super negotiable. You're negotiating.
At that time in my life. And so with his persistence and reassurance that we would absolutely be getting married.
All he got to do is say stuff. All the friends got to do is say stuff. She'll take back a cheater because all the friends said, yeah, take him back. She'll take him. It doesn't matter. All he has to do, all anybody has to do is tell her stuff. She's a complete simpleton. She's not even a person.
Decided, hey, why not? Let's go ahead and give this a go and start our trying journey. So
our trying journey. Everything's not a journey. You're just trying to have a child. It's not a journey.
This is more like a wonder.
We'll see how that goes.
It's more like wandering. Like, they be trying to make it like a journey, like it's a destination. No, y'all just be wandering.
Yeah, it's a child.
Shout out for Christopher Columbus.
You don't even go anywhere.
No, you just go till you hit land. Like, it's not like a journey.
Yeah, you're laying down. Quit calling it a journey.
Right,
trying journey. Mm-hmm. You ain't going nowhere. She ain't moving. It's now, if it was like the whole fertility thing, if you like fertility clinics and all that stuff, and IVF and failed embryos and stuff like that, maybe you want to call that a journey. But you, fully functional uterus, fully functional penis, all the swimmers are swimming, all the eggs are egging. It's not a journey. You just, come on, stop. Get some help.
Who the fuck did I almost marry? NFL edition, part 4.
Who did he almost marry?
Left off, relationships going really well.
And matter of fact, I almost want to see, because I don't think he ever intended to marry her. She's an idiot. She's an idiot. But I don't think she was just another mistress. She was a fancy mistress. She was an upgraded mistress, like girlfriend type mistress. You'll bring them around. I don't think she was ever seriously considered as a wife. But I would want to see. He's going to have a kid with her, but I don't know. I don't know. She's a liability.
And we started talking marriage, kids, full shebang. So marriage for me was an absolute
Here she is again. Non-negotiable, but you never married the guy. It's negotiable. You should this is with the benefit of hindsight. This is where stupidity takes me over. It takes me out. Like, this is part 4 of 40. You know that you didn't marry the man. Why are you still trying to paint this as non-negotiable? Like, she's still telling herself a lie in her own mind. Like, this is crazy. Right now, this is like as she recorded this, she was lying to herself. It was an absolute non-negotiable, but it got negotiated. It didn't happen.
Mind you, the headline up top is who the fuck did I almost marry?
Yeah.
And
bro.
then at the bottom is so marriage for me was a non-negotiable.
I don't understand. Like, how could you not know? Like, this is prime time stupid. This is dumb. I didn't listen this far into it.
We did have the factor of my age. I was 36 at the time. And so we decided to give it a go. He
Man,
promised that we would absolutely be getting married.
of
And
course he did.
so I absolutely believed him.
Because
I
you're an
had no
idiot.
reason to believe that he would be lying.
You have no reason to believe he would lie to you, even though he's lied to you multiple
Hmm.
times. Jesus
Right,
Christ.
notorious
Obviously,
liar and cheater.
My God, bro. I swear, when I hear people like this, I just don't understand how we let them, how do we let these people live and make decisions for their children? Like, you shouldn't be allowed to make decisions for, like, other human beings. Like, I mean,
Hey,
seriously.
she don't look like she in poverty, so there you go.
Yeah. She know why she in poverty. But man, is there something about people know how to like life, they know how to report the work and do whatever they need to do to make cash and currency. But like this kind of stuff is crazy. I don't know how you see. I'm the opposite. I would never get caught dead in a situation like that. But life be life for me. It be whooping my behind. I'd never have a house like that. Mm-mm-mm. I wonder how that works. How you get one skill, but you totally don't. You totally blow it on the other. Because it's so incompetent that somebody tells you they're a cheater. They cheat on you, kind of visibly. They got pictures all over social media with this person, and then you like, oh, I'm gonna take them back because their friend said so. Then I believe him because he said so. Then I'm gonna get married even though it's not. I'm gonna have a kid outside of marriage even though it's non-negotiable that I get married. Like this is bad.
again, hindsight is 2020. Probably shouldn't have believed him, but this is just how the story unfolded.
Probably you probably shouldn't have believed him. Even with hindsight, you're saying probably. Like she's stupid.
So we decided to try for the first time in May of 2015. This was at a friend's wedding. And
Huh?
this place was
You're trying to have a kid at a friend's wedding, bro?
gorgeous. So this was in Charleston, South Carolina, and this was just adorable. It had 2 bedrooms. I'll show you the rest.
Okay,
This was the
I thought she
inside.
meant at the wedding. Okay,
Mm,
nah, don't do that at somebody's wedding. Do that in your bedroom where you're staying for the wedding. Cool. When she said at the nah, don't be behind the pulpit where the church is, whatever, trying to smash because your ovulation window is open at 2 p.m. and
It's
that's when the
in the
ceremony
air
is.
though. Oh well, you nah,
Nah,
probably nah. You shouldn't be doing that. But
don't be doing that.
at the reception,
Oh yeah, I mean at that night, nah, don't get caught having sex at your friend's reception or ceremony. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't be that selfish.
and just really, really pretty. And here was the outside and more.
it's worse
Right.
places you. It's worse places you can get
This is
made, Kira.
I
it's,
mean,
wor-
yeah,
it's worse places you can get made, bro.
there are some bathroom babies that were some public bathrooms, and that's terribly unfortunate.
Right, it's worse bathrooms. to get made. There's truck stop bathrooms. Truck
Did she
stop
say this is a
bathroom,
terrible
baby.
picture of him? This is a terrible picture of him?
No, not the serial killer murder Jordan Peele
Right, but this,
promo picture, but this one, yeah,
man, listen.
yeah, but you know,
this is a terrible picture of him, but my face in this kind of makes me sad. I was so in love with this guy, y'all. Like, oh, so in love.
oh yeah, you know they have
So wedding
Kira. Think about the think about the '90s
Mm,
concert era,
man.
music festival era.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
man.
'80s, the '80s, '90s concert era. Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody got knocked up in a porta john. Is that right?
Yeah. Shout out to our superhero friend Bree, Porter Patty. I don't remember all the superhero names, but Porter Patty stuck with me. It was so. It was.
Oh yeah.
I, I think mine was Dutch oven. Yeah, mine was Dutch oven. I can't remember the rest of them. But we had some good ones, man. That was fun. Might have to do that again.
weekend was a blast. We had such a good time. And a
A
month
month
later,
later,
found out that we were in fact expecting, which was
yay.
complete shock.
Right.
Had no idea that it was going to happen that quickly.
Girl,
So,
was you told you
since
had
we're
fertility
discussing,
issues?
That's what I'm thinking, man. Because she's acting like she didn't know that penises and vaginas made babies, even though she had three of
Like
them.
it can happen really quick. If like if all systems is go, like you really don't have to try that hard. You know what I'm saying, my nigga? Like you had 3 kids, he had three
He's
kids,
got
so the
three
baby
kids.
maker factory work.
It's
Y'all,
working. Everybody's
y'all,
working.
y'all ain't been in y'all
Yeah,
mid 30s, bro.
yeah. She
You know what I'm
36.
saying? Like,
It's crazy, bro. I don't understand it. Man, these niggas, it's crazy.
imminent, I started looking for rings
Oh,
and another one.
oh.
bitch, somebody want to see these rings?
During this time period, the van was purchased.
The
And
van.
this is the vehicle I ended up driving exclusively the whole
Mm,
time that I was in St. Louis. We
okay.
had a 12-passenger van because we had a shitload of kids.
Oh man, that's crazy.
And another view.
Okay.
So I was still in Florida though. He was in St. Louis, Missouri. And we always knew when we got to this point that we would have to end up moving. So in the state of Florida, the way that all of that works is through the courts, you submit that, hey, I'd like to move, and your ex or the father of your children can either accept and say, yeah, sure, I grant the request, or they can say no, and then you have to battle it out in court.
Mm.
And that's exactly what ended up happening.
Oh,
And
that
so we
custody
were
battle.
paying
Okay.
all of the fees, which was not cheap, to be able to
Mm.
start our relocation process and get that ball rolling.
Terrible person.
My
How
lawyer at
could
the
he?
time
Terrible
had
person.
How
said,
could he
look,
pay for that for you?
Yeah. I just
It's
don't
terrible.
see now. I'm invested. Now I got to figure out how he became a bad person. I got to figure this out. I mean, we may stop at 5, but I might have to. I might have to go figure this out because this terrible guy that became a
Yeah, 5 is the
narcissist, a
minimum. We
sociopath, and
we might could go 5. We'll see what happened in
we'll
5.
see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
we'll see what happened in 5.
look, guys, you're not married. It's a 50-50 shot if this is going to be granted. And that feels really, really risky for something that is a one-shot deal. And as things were starting to progress and there was still no proposal in sight, I was starting to get really antsy. So I messaged him about it. Get out the way. Pause to read.
Yeah, time for soccer. So it's time about soccer practice. Good morning. Hope the girls have good games today. I need to talk to you later. Okay, what's up? I think we need to cancel the relocation process until our relationship has been taken to the next level. It's a one shot deal with no do overs, and it's too risky in this current circumstance. I don't know about it being a one shot deal. And like if you ask to move and you don't get granted, that you ain't gonna never be able to ask to move again. You muted.
I'm about to say it's Florida. They might have very specific rules that you can only request that at one point. Like I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
So
that's
Florida's Ron DeSantis. Florida's Ron DeSantis. So
yeah.
anything, it could be anything down there.
It could be.
Yeah, because I think they're also the ones that got rid of the no fault divorce or something like that. Like he's really pro male, so it could be. It's I mean it's cool, but it could be anything down there.
Yeah, that's
Could be anything.
crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, Kilroy, what I was saying is this is Tori writing me, so she didn't write books. The last one was the mistress. The mistress wrote those long super paragraphs that were super needy. But this is Tori writing me, so she's much more composed. Much more composed. Yeah, she wanted to be Risa Tisa.
It came out around the same time.
So he promised that it was still
It's
coming,
it
that it was
came out around the same
imminent.
time. Folks just finding
Yeah.
it now.
Yep. Cause she's stupid. Like they're both, man. They're like the person they were dealing with was a liar, but they were basic liars. They weren't like super grandiose legion, super crazy predator cheaters. They were just basic old liars. Like it's just crazy. She put all them like sociopathic predator, liar, cheater, narcissist. I'm like, come on, bro. He's just a liar. These are some. He ain't even done nothing crazy, but just straight out lies.
Yeah, it does cheater make you a bad person?
I
Like
mean, yeah,
just
it's low character.
I
You're a liar. You're
mean
deceitful.
I mean,
You're deceitful, and people to be hitting it raw, you might be putting people at risk of disease. So I mean, it's bad, but it's
he
not like
getting there.
you're not a
He's
murderer.
yeah.
I don't see. To
It's
me, like
predatory.
cheating is not like domestic violence, murder, the R word. It's not on those levels. Cheating is a you're like a liar. I I'd rather, like, if I was with somebody, I'd rather somebody cheat on me than clean me out financially. You know what I'm saying? So for me, cheating is lower than like financial crimes. Like, don't empty out my bank account and max out like credit cards and then dip. Like, that would bother me so much more than cheating. Cheating is bad, but oh my god, oh man, whew.
And so at this temporary custody hearing in December, he was listed as my fiance. He was
Oh
also extensively questioned for a solid hour. They
wow,
wanted to know what his intentions were,
oh wow.
especially if the relationship didn't last.
Hmm.
The judge and obviously my ex's attorney didn't want to see us stranded in Missouri.
I hope
And
that happened.
so he reassured over and over again that yes, we were getting married. Again, he's being listed as my fiance. That's how he's being addressed in this court. He's saying that if the relationship were to ever end, that he would buy us a house and make sure that we were taken care of.
Oh wow.
This is all court reported and documented through Bay County. As for me, at the time, through
So what I gather from that is she has no ability to care for herself and her family. Like, that's what I
She
heard.
getting bro. Of course not. She getting flued out every other week for a year, and the kids never seen the inside of a plane.
Listen, so
These
Will is a
kids,
rescue ranger. We'll rescue her.
man.
We'll
I'm
rescue.
saying he
He's a
changing her
hero.
whole life.
He's a hero.
He can't cheat a little bit.
This is probably the house that he bought when he stranded her in Missouri. Like, that's probably the house. That's why it looks so nice. I think it depends. Some people who cheat are just bored in their relationship and get caught. Some people who cheat are trying to clean people out. Some are just plain dumb. Yeah, I agree. Cheating has different reasons, but I mean, like, cheating, it's not the worst thing for me. Beating, like being violent with somebody, and then theft, like stealing stuff, those things are far more worse. Oh my god, identity theft. Oh my god. Oh, that kind of stuff. Whew. Way worse than cheating for me. But it's still a deception. It's still bad.
most of this, I was in nursing school. And
Oh, another
literally
nurse.
the morning of this temporary trial hearing, I literally took my last exam and had knocked out one of my degrees. And it's one of my favorite.
Now listen, this guy is such a terrible person. He's flying her out. He's probably putting her through nursing school. I mean, this dude's amazing. I'd love to know how he became a narcissist.
Accomplishments that I've ever done. I think anybody as a single mom with no family support in town to accomplish that is
She's a single mom who's being financed by a former NFL player who's paying all of her expenses. Like, these self-made millionaire type people, where they did everything by themselves, they never had no help, but had them like them crazy family loans and inheritances. Like, that stuff eats me a lot. This is a big deal for her to finish nursing school as a single mom while this man is paying all the bills. Like, stop it, man. Act like you did something. You went to.
I
Like,
was
she
able to
really,
finish school and do all this,
as a
all
single
these
mom.
as a single. No, you had an NFL player,
Yeah, who was listed as your fiance in the court records that you said are
right?
public record. Like, come on, man.
Right, who has spoken in open court that if y'all relationship break up, he will buy you a house. He's
And the
saying
court
that
cost that he's paying for.
right, he's paying for every court cost.
Come on, man.
You are trying to move. You're trying to move with him and you are fighting your ex on whether you could take the kids. And you have the backing of a millionaire football player. And now it's this courageous story of what you did on your own
Mm-hmm.
or what you had to overcome.
Yeah, as a single mom.
That's
As a single mom.
crazy.
Yeah, single mom who's pregnant and ring shopping, whose van was purchased by the NFL player.
Right.
Like, come
It
on,
was
man.
a really
Right.
big deal. So on my end, there was questioning about, well, what do you plan on doing with your career moving forward?
Nothing.
And so at the time, I had said, yeah, I absolutely want to finish my schooling, move forward in that, not knowing what my future actually was going to look like and what the reality of that was. But that was certainly my intention to be able to do that going into this relationship. So
So she not only has no money, but she also has no plan. You're going to get a nursing degree that you don't know what you're going to do. Aren't you going to be a nurse? Wouldn't that be your intention?
Right. I'm gonna get this
Like,
nursing degree so I can join Cirque du Soleil.
like that's crazy. I had no idea what I had no idea what my plans would be. Like, how? How? When you become a nurse?
Right.
just a couple days after Christmas, we got a response from the judge, and she granted our request on a temp hearing, which is unheard of in that part of Florida. I don't know how it is in other states, but that's not typically done. So we packed up, we moved, and I think it was
I mean,
like a day after.
with the word of Will Witherspoon, former NFL player, millionaire, yeah, those type of things happen.
Man, listen.
Yeah, those type of things happen when you can afford to pay for the lawyer and all of that shit.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. But she's
After
doing it
New
by
Year's,
herself.
January 2nd, we all ended up moving over to St. Louis. And this
Guess
started
who?
our
Let me guess who paid to move you. You did because you're a single mom.
St. Louis journey, and it wasn't all sunshines and rainbows.
Why would it be all sunshine and rainbows? You're blending a family together. You're blending a family that each has 3 kids together, and you're pregnant. Why would it be sunshine and rainbows? Is this a television show? What are you talking about,
Hey, even Carol and what's his name? What's the husband of Brady Bunch?
Mike?
Yeah, and that every episode they ain't get along. They stressed the hell out too.
No, Marsha, Marsha, Marsha.
Man, dude, these 6 badass kids.
Yeah, man, come on, man. What was she thinking? But she also don't know how babies are made, even though she's had 3 of them. So,
True, right? True.
dang. And you know the comments. Hold up, man.
Look, oh my God,
Let me
how
do
could
this to
he
myself.
do that to you?
Let me do this to myself. Okay. The anxiety it gives me when you are describing the after school activities, the cleaning, pick up and drop off, and all of this with a newborn.
Oh,
I can't.
this part 5. We ain't heard this yet.
Yeah, man. Let me let it play. 'Cause Jesus Christ,
Yeah, we ain't heard this yet.
we about to get to the division of labor in the household. Even though he's probably
Oh,
got money for help. If she mentioned she had a maid oh, I swear to God.
Who the fuck did I almost marry?
Oh
Film
my God.
Elevation, Part 5. So we're now in St. Louis, and I'm about, I don't know, 3-ish weeks away from my due date. I think I was due sometime around January 22nd, something like that. It's been a while. But anyhow, I am about to burst. Here's me with my belly very large and in charge. This gave us a little bit of time to start getting the kids in their rooms, getting everybody situated. Everybody had their own rooms except my middle daughter and his youngest daughter. They shared a room. When we were still in Panama City, the kids had FaceTimed with him, and they were walking through a furniture store, and they were able to pick out their own furniture, which was kind of fun. And it gave them.
And as a single mom, I'm sure that set you back quite a bit because you're also a single mom that's putting herself through nursing school, and you just move from different state. I'm sure you probably strained yourself to make sure you got them all this new furniture as a single mom who put herself through school.
Something to look forward to, and they had a hand in making their room their own. The
Mm.
baby's room was essentially a shoe closet that Will had enlarged a little bit. Here, I'll show a picture. I kind of
I'm about to lose it. I shouldn't. This was a bad idea.
Yes. Let the hate flow through you.
She said this was a shoe closet that Will had enlarged a little bit. This looks like it could possibly be the size of my bedroom. I can't see more of it. If she's just inside the door, my bedroom is bigger. But just as far what you can see going to the window, I have a large window in here. I don't know. That looks big. It's for the baby that can't walk. And he expands this shoe closet, expands this to make it the baby's room. But she said it with a negative tinge to it, but I could be reading too much into it.
I couldn't find an actual picture of when it was the actual baby's room, but this is from the listing when we sold the place, and it was remade into a second primary closet.
Okay, got turned back into a closet.
But as you can see, it was a small little space. Over by the window was where the wall was.
Okay, so yeah, smaller. Okay, if she's up against the wall, then yeah, but that's plenty for a baby.
It certainly wasn't a long-term solution, but
It didn't need to be a long term. It sounds like you moved. You sounds like you got rid of it before the baby grew up. It sounds like y'all sold the house. Because you said
Man,
you
you talking
turned it
about a
back into a closet.
newborn?
A newborn.
Yeah, it's plenty of room.
That's plenty of room for a newborn. It's probably not even gonna be in there most of the time.
So I ended up missing my due date, and we were starting to run into a little bit of a problem because Super Bowl week was coming up. And if you're not familiar, because
please do not, oh man, please do not be. He's a terrible person because he wasn't available for you during the Super Bowl. Whew, boy. All right.
You stressing out, bro?
wasn't. I'm not a sports girly. I don't know how this stuff works. But essentially, there's a whole week of festivities building up to the actual Super Bowl game. So we'll like to go every year and used to do various events. And this year in particular was no exception. He was going to be going. So I ended up having to have things moved along. And I ended up going into labor and delivering him. And it was a boy. We were so excited, and let me show you how cute he was. Hold on. Here's the day he was born.
She cheated. So that ain't Will's baby.
Okay,
it is Will's baby.
A handful of months later, and just, oh my gosh, what an adorable little guy. Love him to pieces.
Well, mixed
After Liam was born, things got hectic really fast. Obviously, Will had gone out of town pretty soon after he was born. And then after that had started kind of diving headfirst into taking various finance series. So one of the issues is our kids were not going to the school that they were zoned to go to. To keep everything more streamlined and keeping all the kids together, we decided to put all of my kids into schools that were with his ex-wife's location. So this meant carting kids to school.
What? All my kids are going to schools that are at his ex-wife's location.
Backed us from school, and then afterwards it was all of these after-school drives to various activities. 5 of the 6 kids had extensive activities. I'm talking volleyball, softball,
which is normal. This is very normal for kids.
Okay.
Dance, music lessons, various clinics. I mean, just all sorts of stuff. And here I am carting a newborn around with all of these kids.
Well, here's what you do. All the money that he has for a house and renovations and a van and to flute you out and for lawyers, why don't you hire somebody to help or get some? You said you didn't have any family in town. What about his family? Because you're talking about this is his ex-wife's location. He probably has somebody around. Where's that teacher lady that was like a mother figure? Like, she's acting like a victim, but there's no way, with as much as he was throwing around resources, that she had to cart around a newborn and go to all these places. You're not going to tell me that. You're not going to convince me of that.
I would take it a step further. With him doing all of that, you are complaining about doing this like this is the hardest thing. You're not even, you just got to take them.
Hey,
You just got to make sure you get there. You don't have to pay for it. You don't
transpo.
have to
Yeah,
stick around. You just have to make sure that they get there. They're your kids.
yeah, yeah.
Because you have one extra kid who's a newborn.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what? Stop it, bro.
Mm-hmm. This is the learned helplessness, boy. 'Cause I'm like, bro, I know so many people, single parents that be carting their kids on the bus, like that drive more. Like newborns get toted. Like newborns get toted. Like, but I guess she expected. I don't know what she expected.
Yeah, because nobody's ever moved around with a newborn before.
Yeah,
And it's
it's
like,
crazy.
you got that. We ain't talking about you got a bunch of little kids. You talking about like you got a sixth grader, a fifth grader,
Yeah,
a fourth grader, a third grader.
they helpful at this point.
Yeah. And this a year or two advanced from that. This a
Mm-hmm.
year moved on from that.
Mm-hmm.
So they bigger kids?
Yep.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, grab that bag over there. Shit. Grab
Yeah.
your little brother's stroller. You a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Grab your little brother's stroller. You little one. Grab your little brother's
Yep.
bag.
Yep. At this point, you just get a nanny that comes early in the morning to get the kids to school, and a nanny that picks them up and gets them to the activities. Like they ain't even really got to do nothing. Like just have them. You stay like during them 2 hours, drop off, pick up in the morning. 2 hour drop off pickup. Somebody got a part time job and makes them some quick bucks for 4 hours during the day at two shifts. They still got their life or
Little
something in the
babysitter
middle.
or something like that
Yeah,
come in with
yeah.
the yeah.
All they doing is drive. All they doing is transpo. But it's a steady person that is known to the kids. That's transportation in the mornings and in the afternoons, and you get to be with your newborn without towing them out in the cold because it's like January, February. Like this ain't hard, this ain't a hard figure, but she's too stupid to, I mean, do the basics.
And his older girls were staying over, I would say, a good majority of the time at this point, because like I said, our kids got along really, really well, and they were very similar in ages. And so it was a lot. It was hectic, and it was way more than I had signed up for.
No, it's exactly what you signed up for. It's
Yo,
6 kids.
oh my
It's
God.
6 kids and a
You didn't
newborn.
oh my God, you didn't just pop up with the six extra kids out of nowhere.
Yeah, boy, I swear,
Y'all,
man.
oh my God, it was there so they get along so well. You knew you had six other kids before this. The only other thing that added was the extra child, the baby.
Man, listen.
The person that don't move, he's literally there pissing and shitting on himself. He don't move. He don't move. I'm sorry. I hate this. I hate to sound like this because I know as a dad, this might
Oh
be
shoot.
offensive to some moms. But the first 3 months ain't shit. The first 3 months is so easy, bro. They
Except for the
literally just
crying at
lay
night.
there.
Except for the crying at night. The crying at
The
night's the hard part.
crying might be the
That's the
hard
hard
part.
part. The hard part.
But
Crying at night.
I'm talking about like the daily
But as far as the
maintenance.
effort, yeah, as far as daily
Yeah,
maintenance,
like
it's
effort,
repetitive.
so low maintenance. So
Feed,
low
burp,
maintenance.
diaper, play. Feed, burp, diaper,
Repetitiveness,
play.
right? The repetitiveness might burn you out, but the
Yeah,
effort
yeah,
to actually, man, come on,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
They move within like a 6 centimeter radius. They don't even
Mm-hmm.
like you move them they move when you move them,
Yeah,
and then points in life. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, man. This
Shit.
crazy. This is not what she had signed up for.
Also, we didn't have a house
Being a
cleaner.
mom,
We
our
didn't have
job
any
so
kind of
hard
like
you could daydream, Wanda.
Man. But they didn't have any staff.
staff or anything like that, which is totally fine. But I was cleaning the house. The house, I think that house was like around 5,500 square feet. So it was a large
It's a
house.
big
All
house.
of these kids in and out. And so it was constantly dirty, constantly messy, and constantly something to do.
That's true.
And so,
Get them to
Have them
clean
clean.
up.
Teach
Have
them to
them
clean.
clean up.
Teach them to clean.
You
You got
got
a
a
whole cleaning
seven.
crew. You got a crew.
Dog.
You
At
got a
least
work crew.
the four oldest. Oh, y'all
Yeah.
getting put to work.
You got a work crew.
Y'all
But
getting
even
put
the
to
little
work.
ones, you can have them do little cute stuff like get like a wet rag and have them scoot around like the hardwood floors or
Mm-hmm.
the kitchen tile, have them like with
Mm-hmm.
something and they just clean it like scoot around with,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of like mopping. Man,
Vacuum or
listen,
some shit that's like
yeah,
kind of
man, stuff you
automatic.
can
Yeah.
do. Pick up small
Yeah,
stuff, pick
yeah.
up
Pick
toys.
up
Like,
the
come on,
toys. Yeah,
if you
yeah,
can play,
yeah.
you can work. If you can play, you can do
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
But you old enough to play, you old enough to do something.
yeah. Like Barney had the whole cleanup song,
Mm-hmm.
so that shows that kids at that age know that they can function
Yep.
and clean up and you know what I'm saying. That's why the song was effective. Like, oh shit, clean up,
Yeah.
everybody everywhere. Shit, that's what I used on my son. All right, son, time to
Yeah.
clean up. He like clean up, clean up. All right, clean up,
Yeah.
clean up. Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah, yeah. It works.
Yeah, man.
This was a
A
lot.
lot. Of course it was.
This is not how I expected my life to be at all when I got to St. Louis.
Oh
My
my
life
god.
was absolutely crazy in every single way. This picture will forever crack me up, but this is Liam, obviously a little bit older, like the
Oh.
green stamp, but this was at a music lesson, and God love him. He just got carted around everywhere and just, oh, I love him. During this time period, noticeable cracks definitely began to show within the relationship. Stay tuned for the next part.
Okay. I'm gonna play. We're gonna do one more part. One
Now
more
let's
part.
read the comments.
Oh man. Woo. I
Yeah, now
love
let's read the comments.
food
Because then we
together
can get
now.
a sense of um where they coming from.
So yeah, she had to do all those duties, and that would be a lot. I can admit that would be a lot, but it's an unnecessary lot. I can't believe you were doing all that on your own. It's just too much. The meals and laundry alone would be daunting. I'm sorry. Cooking 2 meals a day and doing laundry for 6 people would not be daunting. You don't even hand wash the things or hand dry them. A machine's doing it. The only thing you would have to actually manually do would be prepare and cook a meal. Like sorting the clothes and throwing them in a machine to wash, like that's not that hard. I've done that. It's really not hard. Even if you have to do it, even if you have to wash 10 loads a day, it's not hard. It's just annoying.
Yeah.
And she said 4+ loads a day is was common. That's 30 minutes on the wash, another 30 minutes, 40 minutes, maybe an hour on the dry, depending.
I wonder how many
But you're
hours
not
he
doing
had
it,
to I wonder how many hours he had to train football a day.
man. Listen, more than the cooking and the laundry. Now, all the stuff like the shuttling and the laundry, the cleaning, the cooking, and the shuttling, and normal child raising things, all that together, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's like every hour of the day. Now that part I'm with, but they did. She could have got somebody else to do the shuttling. Like there's no way, there's no excuse to not have the shuttling done. Your closet is bigger than my condo. All of that and no ring, Tori.
But it's a non-negotiable, remember?
It's non-negotiable. Oh, she's a soul sister. Oh no, there's another Tiana. She's a soul sister of Tiana. Never mind. I literally came home from work. No updates. No, no. Girl, you should have had somebody cleaning. It is so worth it because I hate it. Wish it had been an option because that would have been so nice. You can't tell me what an option. This dude sprung for everything. You couldn't tell me a cleaner wouldn't have been an option. I can't imagine. She'd have to explain that. Why wasn't it an option? Money or part of the control? I think it was about control. How do you think? With that, with hindsight, how do you? Come on, man, stop it, stop it. This dude's springing for all this stuff, but won't get you a cleaner. I refuse. He's that controlling, but had you were out of state most of the time. He was flying you back and forth. He's letting you get. He's letting you escape. I can't imagine. Okay, I'm gonna let that go. Me and my 3 sisters share a room much bigger. Not much bigger than your baby's room. Yeah, not like there's most people that just want more stuff. Right, shoe closet the size of my entire house. Oh shoot. Most people just adorable. The baby's adorable. They want more. They want more. They want more. Yeah, all right, cool. Let me make a pit stop real quick. I'll be back.
Yep. Yeah, man. This is wild. I got a shoe closet. It's called the rug. Right, that little rug right by the door. All the shoes laid right there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shit, there you go. Hey, dream big. Yeah, dream big. Going up and down the stairs all the time. It starts to get to your back. But a house that big, most stuff is gonna be on one floor. Yeah. And then like, I mean, it does seem it does seem unnecessary to say that you didn't know that this was your life. This is what your
Man,
life was gonna be like.
because she already had 3 kids. If you already had 3 kids, you had to already be cleaning. You just doubled.
Right.
Unless she wasn't cleaning before. Now that, now this what might have been happening.
She
Now the kids
wasn't
hadn't
cleaning
flown.
shit before. Mm-hmm.
The kids hadn't flown. So maybe she had a small place. Three
Mm-hmm.
kids shoved in a small place. She only had a
Mm-hmm.
small space to clean, if she cleaned it all.
I was
But
about to
he
say
expects a certain lifestyle. If you're
she
gonna have
couldn't
this
have
nice
been
house, you gotta take care of it.
she couldn't have been at home doing nothing with before they got together because she was getting remember she getting flowed out a whole
Man,
year
listen. Yeah.
before they even seen the inside of an airplane. She was getting flew out by their new $1 million millionaire stepdad.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? I bet what happened was because they talked about the control. I bet you she wasn't used to taking care of her house. Like she just wasn't doing
No.
it. She wasn't doing a lot of the chore stuff. It was just like she just like let it slide. The kids wasn't really taken care of. But he expects the house to be taken care of if you're gonna have a wife there to stay in the home. Especially after you done paid for a nursing degree.
Shit, a nursing degree. I done paid for you to come out here.
Man.
I done enabled you to move and come out here and come live in this house. Your family, I'm taking
Yeah.
care. Come on, man. Like at some point, it's just gonna have to be. It's gonna be as. It's gonna have to be as hard as he's working to provide what he's giving you.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a lot. That's also a lot of provision.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
the type of
lot.
provision. That's the type of provision that most people ain't gonna never experience.
Yeah. They
You have a
dream of that.
you got a millionaire partner,
And you already had kids, like this is
right?
the dream. All your prior relationships and mistakes or whatever, none of that matters to this man. He
Mm-hmm.
loves you. He's taking care of you. Grand gestures, accepts your kids.
Mm-hmm.
He's even helping you with the prior relationship, man, so that you can move and be with him. Take care. Got
Right.
you a car so that it facilitates the moving of all of the family. Get you a bigger
Right.
vans. Like it's
Cause she ain't right. Cause she ain't moving 6 kids in a Honda Civic. She ain't moving 7 kids
nah.
in a Honda Civic. She moving 7 kids in a 12-person passenger van.
Mm-hmm.
Like basically like one of them fancy. It's like a
Yeah.
it's like them what's it, the sprinters, but
Yep.
it's like the personal use ones. It don't look
Yep.
so much like the sprinter, but it's a
Mm-hmm.
passenger van. It's like a fancy church
Yeah.
van.
Yep. That's
Quit
crazy.
playing, man. Quit playing.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. That's what it's like. I get what they be saying sometimes, but if you got somebody if you got somebody providing on that level,
Yeah.
like
You
almost
bugging at this point.
almost don't have to worry about life's inconveniences at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, you need something to be mad about.
Yeah.
Now you're looking at the setup as something wrong.
Yep. Because you
You
can't
could,
tell me.
yeah.
Now, go ahead.
No, I'm saying because she basically complained about everything but him right now. Like I ain't heard no complaints about him and what he doing. All she said is that he had to go to Super Bowl week, and of course, he playing the NFL.
Yeah. She ain't having to figure that out. She probably got a card that she just throw everything on. Because he's gone too much as a football player. He's gone too much where she can't have some autonomy with the
Mm-hmm.
finances.
Mm-hmm.
He can't be controlling. If he's going for an entire Super Bowl week, he can't be that controlling. Like, you're not going to tell me a dude that has you flying back and forth and lets you go be free. And then finally, after more than a year, he finally moves you to him. And then he goes somewhere else. This does not fit the controlling narrative. None of this fits. But of course, he's a narcissist abuser.
Who the fuck did I almost marry? NFL edition, part 6. So, like
Mm,
I said
mm,
before,
mm.
cracks were beginning to show in the
Here we
relationship.
go.
And this really began a period of complete chaos.
Now the cracks were that he was still doing his football stuff, but now she's got a newborn and 6 kids instead of 3. That's the crack. She had more work than she expected. She said, "This was
Mm-hmm.
not the life that I expected. It's more work." She didn't expect the marriage to be work. She thought it was going to be play like it had been the entire year of courting, where she's getting flown out. You live together now, so it's not as exciting. You're not getting flown out. He doesn't have to buy an RV to drive you because you're all together because he bought y'all a passenger van. Like, so all the little cutesy things that she's not impressed by, but that she was impressed by, they're not happening anymore because y'all live together. And I bet you this. I bet you that's what took her out.
Chaos within the household and within the relationship. Like I had previously stated, I was picking up kids, I was dropping off kids, I was running
Being a
around
mom.
everyone,
Just being a mom.
and
Being a
I
mom.
had a
Just
baby
being a mom.
throughout all of this. I was cleaning the house. Like,
Just being a
my
mom.
schedule was absolutely
Your
insane.
kids too.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Just,
Here we go.
they're your goddamn kids too. What was that? Miss Doubtfire. We has
Mm-hmm.
goddamn kids too.
Man.
They're your goddamn kids too.
Yeah, but she didn't like it.
so there began a pattern when we lived in Panama City of Will unexpectedly bringing animals home.
Okay. Now, if that happened more than once, that's a problem.
The first was with my oldest daughter. She had discussed liking sugar gliders. He was like, hey, I like sugar gliders too. Let's go check some out.
Okay. Hold up. Let's see what sugar gliders are.
I thought that was.
This is a sugar glider. All right.
Hey, I want one.
Just
I
that quick.
want one. I want one. Just let them jump off shit. That's what they gonna be doing. He a glider.
Yeah.
It's almost like Rocky,
Yeah.
Rocky the Squirrel.
Yeah. They like flying squirrels, but they're kind of cute. I can see that, but listen, right now it just sounds like he's a super spoilery type. He's an indulgent type. He gotten you everything you want. Now he's doing it for the kids, and she don't like the kids getting what they want because it's probably more work for her. But let's see, she's not training them to clean up after themselves and be responsible. So the animals are going to be more work for her because she's not making them take care of their own animals.
So we all go and we check out this adorable
Oh,
little
we
bundle
all go.
pair.
Oh, so you were there.
And we're like, sweet, let's go ahead and take them home.
Wait a minute. She just said he was bringing home animals unexpected.
Yeah. Now y'all all went to go get this animal.
And said, let's go ahead and take them home. So you were in agreement with this. Like, come on, man, listen.
Hmm.
Again, we also had bunnies. So I had 2 bunnies and then 2 sugar gliders. So the next day, Will really wanted a Lewistic sugar glider. So he took my daughter. They went to go look at this Lewistic sugar glider. And before I know it, I have 3 sugar gliders in my house.
His
Let me
house.
show you some pictures because they really were cute.
Right.
So this is one of the bonded pair.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
His house.
But that's how they do. Like the kids become there sometime, the house become there, but selectively. Selectively. When it
Now
suits.
it's. Oh my god. Uh, okay.
Selective ownership.
And here is the little Lewistic one. She's precious, but I was totally not expecting her to come home. So in addition to all the kids stuff, we had 2 bunnies. 2
So
sugar
one
gliders,
animal
and Will
then,
had
like,
2
because the
dogs.
other 2 you agreed to, and then he went and got an extra one.
And the 2 bunnies, she didn't say if they just brought them home or if they all agreed.
She been had the bunny. She showed the bunnies in like part 3.
Okay, so they already had bunnies.
Yeah.
And he already had dogs.
Right. So you already knew he was an animal person. He had the crazy ass dog,
And he had a farm.
and he had a farm. So you know he an animal person.
Mm-hmm.
Stop playing, bro.
Mm-hmm. She tripping.
Dogs,
Yeah,
Exy
it's
and
different if he wasn't an animal person, and
And
then
all of a
these
sudden,
animals just pip right. You talking about a
yeah.
dude who own a farm, and now he's doing something. Just he would just unexpectedly bring these animals home
that we went and chose.
that we went and chose. He brought one home, and matter of
Then you
fact, he didn't
knew.
even yeah that you knew he was going to get. He
Yeah,
told
it's
you before
crazy.
he went,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
want a
yeah, yeah,
Lewistic one.
yeah,
So it
yeah,
wasn't as unexpected.
yeah.
He said,
It
"I'm
wasn't
about to go get
unexpected.
it." Oh my
Yeah, she's
god, he
tripping.
took your daughter
Yeah.
to go get it.
Yes, yes. She's a whole liar. She's a liar. She's a she's a liar.
This is nuts.
She's a liar. She's been lying the whole time. Like everything's a lie. She just lies about everything.
It was a full house. So around the time that Liam was born, we had discussed getting a Labradoodle, and I certainly didn't.
Okay, he like animals, bro. Like, keep it moving. Like, yeah, man. Goddamn. Okay, we've he like animals. He can put as many animals as he want to in his house.
Bro, but she's saying he unexpectedly brings them home, but she has discussions about every single thing.
Oh
She has
yeah,
discussions with him.
I did peep that. She said that too. Yeah, so we had a
Yeah.
discussion about a
We had a
Labrador.
discussion about a Labradoodle. He just didn't tell you when he was gonna go get it. I didn't expect it that it was going to happen anytime soon. He's shown you a pattern. If I think it, I do it. I want a
Right.
heuristic, I get it. We want these things, we're all going, I get it. I get it. I get it. We're going on an RV trip, I'm gonna buy the RV. He's had a very clear pattern of behavior. If I
Yeah,
want to do something, no matter how extravagant, I'm going to fund it
I'm gonna
and we're
go
going to
do
make
it.
it happen.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna go
Including
do
you
it.
moving in with me,
Mm-hmm.
which was extravagant and
Yep,
expensive.
yep. Paying for all of the court fees,
Yes.
extravagant and expensive.
Yes. He's got a clear pattern of behavior. She is just an idiot. She should not be raising children.
Expect that it was going to be anytime soon because obviously my plate was overflowing at the time. But unexpectedly around Mother's Day, Will popped in with a puppy Labradoodle and another stray dog puppy that he had seen on the side of the road.
It's
This
problematic.
was Yoshi and Coda. So we now have 4 dogs, 2 of them puppies, which we all know how puppies are. They might as well be newborns. And so yeah, let me show you some pictures. Here's sweet Yoshi.
Cutie, cutie.
Here's little Coda.
Oh,
And here's
oh, that's
They
cute.
really were a cute pair. And
I
so
mean, well,
all
yeah,
of
if it's
this
a
isn't
puppy that he
crazy.
found on the side of the street, that's something different.
That's a
Yeah,
little
if it was
different.
like full grown dog you pulled off on the side of the street, that's something. Yeah, that'll be crazy. But yeah, okay, a
Yeah,
puppy that ain't as
puppy. Yeah,
problematic.
yeah. And it was a super little puppy too.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
super
small.
little dude. Okay, all right, all right.
Yeah,
See, oh my God, this terrible person saving puppies
yeah,
off the side of the road.
yeah. Yep.
Jesus Christ.
He's
Look at this
horrible.
narcissist. Look at this
Yeah,
narcissistic human being saving puppies off the side of the
sociopath.
road. Terrible. How could he?
He's got no heart.
Sometime around, I don't know, I guess it was like October-ish, he decided, hey, let's move. Let's find a bigger house.
You have all these animals. The kid was in your shoe closet. The baby's in your shoe closet. Now he wants to make a play. He wants to get a space that's bigger, and she's framing this like she's about to. It sounds like she's about to complain. My God, if she complains about doing the obvious thing, okay. She complains about him getting more animals, then she's going to complain about more space because she does have to clean more space. Now that's true. But if you can't hire somebody,
Liam's room wasn't really a room, and that way we could find something that all of the kids could have their own bedroom.
that's
I'm like,
beautiful.
okay, like that sounds fair.
Sounds
But
wonderful.
this was a huge process.
Yes, moving 7 children and 2 adults and 50,000 animals is a process. Like she doesn't want any effort. That's what this is an effort problem. She got used to the jet setting and she thought that would be her entire life. That's what she thought. She didn't ever expect to work. Any effort. Like this is crazy.
This meant going through all of his stuff, thinning out. He has a lot of stuff. This dude likes stuff. And so thinning out his items,
And you didn't have any problem when he was buying you stuff. Which, come on now.
taking those out to the farm, staging the house, cleaning the house, getting it ready for pictures. This was a major undertaking. And who do you think a lot of this fell on? Yes,
Man, if she couldn't hire somebody, she just should honestly at this point. If you can't hire somebody, if for some reason he'll pay for all this other stuff like 450 per animal, but he won't pay for somebody to help you do this stuff, you should just not do anything. Like just it just doesn't get done. It doesn't get staged. It doesn't get clean. You at some point you gotta like this is if he actually literally verbally said he won't pay for that, but he'll pay for all this other stuff. Like you have to stand up for yourself. That's incredible. I refuse to believe that he wouldn't pay for somebody to come and help do stuff as much as he's throwing money around
Me.
just
More
to
days
control
I
her when he's doing all this extravagant stuff for her and the family. What kind of control is that? I refuse to believe it.
onto my shoulders. Just what I wanted to have. During this time, the dogs were taken out to the farm. That way, for the showings and whatnot, they weren't in the way, and it alleviated a little bit of the cleaning. So once we get all of the house straightened up, then all of the showings start. And these showings, there were so many showings.
And what you have there is a real estate agent. Like I feel like she's part of her problem. Like I feel like she's a big part of her own problem. Like this is crazy.
And we've got all of these kids in and out, and so I was having to clean and get the house show ready. For all of these, it was exhausting. And again, I've got all of these other things going on. I'm going to
So if you're doing showings, why would you and the kids stay on this farm that you keep going out to? Why wouldn't y'all just stay on the farm for that month or two? Man, this is crazy. And if everybody's there's a real estate agent, the real estate agents they handle the showing. They shouldn't all be contacting you for the showings. Like they should all be going through a real estate agent, and her and the kids should be staying on the animals with the farm, on the farm with the animals. Like this is crazy.
to show some of these logs. These were all texted to my phone. That way I could see when these showings were, and there were so many.
That's normal. Like this is crazy. She's crazy.
Here's more. Here's more, and this is not even all of them. There was something else going on behind the scenes as well. We're all very familiar with love languages.
Yay! Yay! It came up. It may not have been the mistress's book, but I'm so glad it happened. We have love languages. They're here, Yellow. Yellow, what's your love language? Let's pause here for a moment of love. What's your love language?
Hey,
That's not one of the love languages.
you said it was mine.
That's not one of the love languages, though. There's
See,
words of affirmation.
this why Tia. Was it Tia?
Tia.
It was Tia with the love languages.
Yeah, it was Tia and the guy because they asked the friends. The friends asked about the love languages,
Right.
wasn't it?
Right.
And there was
That
something.
was
There was
her.
somebody
Yeah.
else because there was something before
Yeah.
Tia. There was something
She
before
said
Tia.
she said somebody said they broke up with dude because he didn't know his love language.
Mm-hmm. That was the one before Tia. But Tia
Right.
and them, they were asking people, did they know their love language?
That's
Or was it
crazy.
Tia that wouldn't? It was a date. Yeah, yeah. The date trauma, the dating trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that the love language guy? He didn't know his love
Mm-hmm.
language. He said, clean sheets,
Yeah.
clean sheets. Man, that's her dating trauma. A dude that knows his love language is clean sheets, and she couldn't accept it because it wasn't the proper. He
The
didn't
one
say
of the
acts of
five
service.
ones. Yeah. He didn't say acts of service.
So, gifts, acts of service, physical touch, quality time, words of affirmation. What's yours?
hate,
What's your top? What's your top?
hate, 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 hate,
Nope. Nope.
hate.
Come on, man. Come on.
Die line, die line, die
Come on,
line,
man.
die line, die line.
Okay.
I
Particular
refuse to.
is
I
words of
refuse to partake
affirmation.
in that arbitrary love language system. Because guess what? All of them are the same thing. Because guess what? If one of them falling off, I hate that. They act like their love language is these two or these three, when in reality, they want all five of them. They want affirmation. They want touch. They want acts of service. They want all five of them. But they want to sit back and act like they only need these three, and it'll work like that. No, you need all five of them. So having to describe it is also a mood ass point.
Hmm.
Add more dumb stuff to dumb stuff.
Let me see. And what's the last one? All right, let's go.
And for me, that's not like compliments and stuff. It's I need to be told I'm loved. Like a handwritten card for me means more than gifts or presents or anything like that. It's the way to my soul and my heart. And
Oh,
so he wasn't really telling me a whole lot. And I went to him and I was
oh my. So he's not a word of affirmation person, and we know that from Mistress, because Mistress said you don't compliment me. So she was the words of affirmation, and she says he wasn't telling her a whole lot. So we have two pieces of evidence that he does not give words of affirmation as a love language. Now he does gifts, he does acts of service, and he does quality time. I'll assume physical touch because she was all in love in the early parts of their relationship. So I'm assuming a lot of that since she's not prone to like the gifts and extravagance. Like that's not her
Right.
thing. She's not
Right.
impressed by it. I'm gonna have to assume it was some physical touching that was going on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Physical touchy on insides.
touch me on the inside parts. But yeah, she's a she's a so she did express though. She said, "Hey, listen, I need words of affirmation. That's an important love language for me. I appreciate the gifts, but I need words of affirmation. Let's go."
I was like, hey, this is what I need. This is what I need to feel loved. And most people, when they hear those kinds of things, they're like, sure, like, let me do whatever I can. Let me do better, whatnot. And instead of doing better, he proceeded to not tell me that he loved me for the next 2 years.
Ooh.
You gonna complain? You gonna complain? You thought
Ooh.
that after all of this extravagant
Mm.
life, you was about to
Mm.
nitpick with this love language shit,
Mm.
especially after this
Mm.
goofy bitch done did it before
Mm.
you. Cause guess what? I bet that
Mm.
book she wanted her to read. I
Was
bet
love
that
languages.
was fucking love languages, and you
It
didn't
had to
even
be,
know that
man.
because he went into trigger mode. He
Yep.
went into full on defense mode.
Yeah. Yep.
He went into full on defense mode,
Yeah.
as he should.
Man. Jesus Christ. You don't compliment me. You can't read this book an hour or two a day, but you got time to play the game and watch TV. And that's his mistress on his neck. Then he get with this chick. And then she, after all the stuff he's done, all the stuff, they got a kid together. They ring shopping. He done bought her a house, a car, $450 animals out the wazoo. Paid for her escape from Florida, from the ex. Like this is
Yeah,
what
man.
what more does he need to do to show you he loves you? So he still gotta. I need words of affirmation. Which now I will say it wasn't a hard thing, but I guess it might have been just too much for him. It might have been too, but he should have communicated that as an adult. Like, listen, I feel like I'm doing a lot, and I think you're asking me for more than I'm willing to give, and this is the reason why. I got this relationship chart about words of affirmation. This woman tried to make me read a book in the room of marriage.
As you can imagine, this created a lot of animosity. It was almost like a power pull. It was weird, it was bizarre, and it made me feel horrible.
Um, you didn't have to participate in a power struggle, so you tried to dominate him and make him tell you what you wanted to hear, and
Mm-hmm.
he resisted.
Mm-hmm.
See, like she tried to word that real cute, real cutesy and demure.
It was almost, as you can imagine, this created
He didn't tell you he loved you. That alone is not going to create animosity.
a lot of
It was the
animosity.
fighting
It
over
was
it.
almost like a power pull.
Y'all were struggling. You tried to dominate him. He defied at every point because he's just not going to give you what you want.
It was weird.
It was weird. It was bizarre because you couldn't let it go either. Both of y'all were stubborn, and you're going to feel horrible. You're attacking somebody to make them do something that you want them to do that they don't want to. That is weird. That is horrible. You're the narcissistic abuser because what you wanted, you had to dominate him. No matter what he's done for you, it wasn't enough. She's everything that she said about him.
It
Mm-hmm.
was bizarre and it made me feel horrible. But as you can see, this really, really wore on our relationship. Let me share some screenshots.
In sales meeting, just want to let you know about picking kids up. Yes, could you please something at something picking up something to get her to practice? Okay, as always. You don't have to pick them up. Don't have to worry about picking so and so up. Your house is clean. Thank you. I'm sure it is great. Wondering when you are going to get something, his grumbling bumblepuss. Doubt I ever will. This relationship is all your way. I've literally been asking for the same three things for almost 2 years now. I was hoping for an I love you for Christmas, New Year's, or even.
Damn. And I mean, my thing is this:
Oh,
you
shoot.
went from getting a "I love you" probably every
Oh,
now and then.
my God.
You went from everything being okay to now
Mm-hmm.
nothing's okay. Like that's I probably would do the same thing. I ain't
Mm-hmm.
even gonna lie.
You
Like
are.
it
You're that dude.
sucks. No,
You're that dude.
it sucks because it's so many men that tell women they love them and don't mean it just because they want
Mm-hmm.
sex from them.
Yep. Manipulation.
So,
They prefer to
and
be
we
lied to.
hear words don't mean nothing. Actions speak louder than words. So when he let
Mm-hmm.
his actions do the talking,
Then you
by
need the words
changing
too.
your life, I've moved you from Florida from your ex. I've paid from all this money. I've given you the carefree existence that you can just imagine. Your kids is good. I'm providing for them as well right now. Like, and the thing that you decide to come up with is love languages just out the blue while you're living in like this awesome situation. And the first thing you can come up with is love languages, bro.
Yeah.
And you sitting up here saying it, he shut down and didn't tell you he loved you for two
Mm-hmm.
years. You deserve that.
Man.
I've literally been at what about it's like everything else. Like you can literally change their life and it don't mean shit to them because they would want to nitpick this one thing. The one thing that you can't do. The one thing
Yeah.
that you can't do. That might not be within his emotional depth
Yeah.
to use I love you. It might be trauma. It's tied to that. He can show it, but he can't actually say it.
But he probably could. But I bet you she's been doing this the entire time. Like this is her revealing it to us. But she
Mm-hmm.
probably nagged him the entire time about this one thing. Like this was
Mm-hmm.
probably something that she consistently brought up, like as a like almost passive aggressively.
Damn.
And she would, probably like lean up to, I love you, trying to get him to say it, like fishing for that. She probably was that the entire way, like very belligerent about it and persistent. And
Mm-hmm.
it probably he's like, okay, if you're going to try to force that out of me, I'm never going to give it to you. Like just that defiance. So, so he's in the gray, she's in the blue, but I can see both sides. One, he's doing like communicating logistics, like could you please pick this up, pick her up. You don't have to pick so and so up, but she's being like, okay, as always. That's passive aggressive, as
Mm-hmm.
always. And your house is clean. Wasn't even talking about the house. Your house is clean, but she's trying to get a reaction here, like either thank you, oh thank you, blah blah. But he said thank you. There it is, thank you, and I'm sure it looks great. Wondering when you are going to get over this grumbling bumblepuss because he can feel the passive aggressiveness. He can feel it.
This grumbling
Doubt.
bumblepuss stage. Okay, I thought it was
Yeah,
when you gonna ever get over this stage. I doubt I ever will. Then bye, just leave.
yeah.
Just leave then. If you doubt you ever will, then just go.
Mm-hmm. Man. And I refuse to ask anymore for basic shit like saying you love me. You have a whole upgraded house. Because remember, now he's moving her to a bigger house so that their entire family and the animals have more room and everybody has their own room, including her kids. So that because two of their kids have to share, and then Liam is in a shoe closet that she kind of made a little like it was a negative thing. the van to move all the kids around, all the trips and stuff that they've gone on, everything that he's done, none of that matters because he's not saying "I love you," what she's trying to force him to say. So she's going to be passive aggressive and mean to him because he won't give her those words, because he won't acquiesce to that demand. Which I'm not trying to be funny. The way it feels to me is even if he did that, she'd find something else that she needed. Like it wouldn't stop there. It would just keep slowly pulling more and more. Like there's no end to this. Like this is crazy. She's a nut. I get the need or the desire to want to hear love in the way that you want to hear it so that you can feel it. I get that. But don't allow somebody to lavish you in a different love language. Don't allow them because you've trained him that this love language is acceptable to you.
Mm-hmm.
The love bombing. You've had a couple of years now of training him that this was acceptable for you, and now you're trying to switch it up and make it about this other thing. So, and again, he has a history with it, but he should communicate that too. This is crazy.
So my animosity was starting to wear really thin at this point. I'm telling him, your house is clean, ready for another showing, doing all of this stuff. And here I am, I'll scroll down so you guys can read, pause to read. There were other weird things going on during this time as well. There had been a pattern of him for interviews still saying that he was married to his ex-wife and they had 3 girls and they had this farm and whatnot. This actually ended up becoming an issue during our whole relocation stuff. He had to provide his divorce decree because an article from an event that we had gone to together had stated that he was married with his 3 kids and yada yada. So anyhow, during this time, more of these kinds of articles keep popping up, and every time his excuse was, well, they copied and pasted from somewhere else, or I told them this, or I told them that, but this was something that happened repeatedly, and it was very upsetting to me.
Hey, buy me like 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
So, but you saying that the kids was in the ex-wife's system? Like, I'm gonna need to know for sure if he was still married. Now you can't be moving. He doing a lot. He got the kids over there, all this other stuff. If he's still married to the lady, it's gotta be like they just didn't get divorced. Now them being still married legally is one thing. If they still together, now that's crazy. Okay, Maria Peppers. I like it. Good energy. All right, we ain't had nobody comment in 22 minutes. So if you in the sound of my voice, gonna check in. Cause if y'all ain't talking about nothing, then we gonna end at part 6. Real talk.
All right, cool. All right. Whew, man, if you finally cleared out the bathroom, I don't know what cologne he got on, but that stuff smells good. Man, all right.
So here's one of these text messages during this time period. I'll get out the way so you guys can pause. And like I said, you can see his excuse. It's always the writer, or I told him this.
Oh wait,
And
did I miss that one? Hold up. I thought that was the same.
They
Oh
say
yeah.
pause to
and like I
read.
said, you can see
Dang
his
it.
excuse. It's
Come on,
She
go
say
back.
pause to read.
I tried.
these text messages during this time period. I'll get out the way so you guys can pause.
Damn. Okay. Who did I almost marry? Player. Bottom paragraph. I'm so tired. I can't read that. Hold up. Jesus Christ. Let's just making that bigger. Hold up.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna get no bigger because it's in the video. But it's basically an article.
Uh
So
huh.
12 years during his NFL and career, Witherspoon. Along the way, he started a small dog daycare business. So he got
Hold up, bro. Hold up.
he just randomly bringing animals. No, he got a small dog
She's a
daycare
whole
business.
liar, man.
Oh my god, bro.
She's a
Okay.
liar.
That's what I'm
Hold
talking
up.
about, Bree. How he doing all this and he's still married? Like if you saying he's still married, that's one thing. Cause shit,
Okay.
his folks that separating don't never get divorced for like 20 years.
Yeah. So let me read to you that little small thing. Although football was always something, okay, it's a bunch of stuff. Was growing up playing in the NFL was the dream, not necessarily a goal. In fact, it wasn't until his senior year at the university at UGA that the former linebacker even paid attention to what the NFL draft status was. So that time, Witherspoon was focused on his degree in landscape architecture. But then in 2002, the Carolina Panthers selected him with their third pick, which sent him on a different trajectory. Now, here's the bottom paragraph she was about to buy. For the next 12 years, during which he also played for the St. Louis Rams, Philadelphia Eagles, and Tennessee Titans, Witherspoon put his all into his NFL career. Along the way, he started a small dog daycare, that's what you're talking about, in Charlotte, North Carolina, and then looking for a hobby that would provide some relaxation for him and his wife, Rebecca, he bought a small farm outside of St. Louis where the two could go horseback riding. Well, now listen, that's
What
talking
the
about his early career. That's actually true.
right? Well, what can I? Well, what? Well, what? I can't change. It is what it's been written. It's been written, and it clearly spoke of me buying a farm. Yeah, I
Yeah,
clearly
which he
spoke
had
of that.
before you. He had the form before you. So they're talking about this early career because they started with the draft and all that. So like it's this is like the early part of the bio. I see your comments. Now I see this one. I see this one. I see this one,
Mm-hmm.
and then I see this one.
After did one, after
Those
that
four.
one.
I only see those four though. The last one before that was a while back. Was back here about an hour ago. So before those four, it was that one.
Yo, she talking about I'm so tired of getting hurt. Teardrop face because they mentioned his ex wife
His other
because they
wife,
mentioned the
yeah,
time when he was married.
yeah. Well, what I can't change is what was written, and I clearly spoke of buying the farm because he got the farm. You know, he got the farm. That's where your animals just went to. But I always refer to Rebecca as my ex-wife, even if he didn't. It's like you got to get over this. This
And
is a blurb about his early career.
right, and that's somebody else writing that about him. About
Yeah.
something that's known already. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
not even a it's not even a this is what he said. This is somebody's it sounds like somebody's recapping his life or his
Yeah, the
career.
bio. It's a
Right.
bio.
Yeah, like a bio.
Yeah.
So like it's his fault that they're writing something about is he supposed where the fuck you think them other three kids came from?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So you think his kids just magically popped up?
Mm.
I guess she don't know how kids get there. She was worried about fertility issues when she never had them.
Yeah. She's an idiot. It's what's always written. And again, she can be mentioned, but not me. It's shit. We always spoke about how we don't live together, but I don't have time to argue about this, and I'm sorry the shit gets written from someone else's POV. Yeah, it is, but again, not my fault. Jeez. You don't get it. You don't get it. No. Like, okay, we were having a conversation the other day, and I was saying something about sometimes it's the thing needs to be addressed, and sometimes the other person just needs to let it go. Like this is the let it go thing. He had a life before you that people are going to reference. It cannot take you out. Like him
Right.
having a life before you, when he has three kids and a marriage and a farm that happened before you, if that gets mentioned, that can't be a thing that takes you out. That's not him not defending you. He can't. He's a football player. They're gonna throw bio. Sometimes they use old information.
Mm-hmm.
He should not be held responsible to your emotions every time you feel slighted because they mentioned the old person. That's gotta be big girl panties. Like that's what that is. You gotta put on your big girl panties on this one. He can empathize
Hey,
with you. I'm sorry, babe. I know that bothers you. I'll try to be more aware of it, but that's we're moving and grooving. I just they do their thing. They write what they want to write. I just answer my questions and I move on. But that's all he can really do.
yeah, you trying to hold this man feet to the fire for a ex that you know about because somebody wrote a story about him. Speaking of the past tense,
Hmm.
he didn't say that they currently live on. He said he bought it so they can have the room then.
Man,
And he's saying it like I told you why we bought the farm. Like I told you why I have this farm.
yeah.
I clearly spoke of buying the farm,
Hmm.
right? Which means I told you why I ended up getting it because we had a family. But I had 3 kids
Yeah.
before you, and I decided to put them on a farm. Just because you had yours in a 1 bedroom apartment, that ain't my
Man,
fault. She probably ain't a
man,
one
man, man.
bedroom apartment. She's probably okay, but still fuck me up.
Man, I don't know.
It still fucked me up that she was getting flued out and them kids never seen an airplane.
Yeah, she might have been public assistance. Like she might have been like child support from the person in Florida,
There be some
and had a
bad
little.
bitches on Section 8 though. Like she ain't
Yeah,
no
they
ugly
do.
white woman. There be some bad
Nah, they
bitches
do.
on public assistance.
And just think when they met, she's 36, and that was like a minute ago. So I mean, she
Yeah,
close
she
she
had
close
something
to
going. Yeah,
she close to 50.
she probably had something going on for herself.
Oh yeah,
At that
maybe.
time in the groove at least. Whatever she was doing, she was used to it. And
I'm
like
just
that, it was working.
she was getting money from men. She's always going. I think she's always been that type. She can say
Yeah,
that, but I don't think she's too stupid to make a career for herself. Like this is dumb. She's an idiot.
that's true. That's true. That's true.
And like I said, you can see his excuse. It's always the writer, or I told him this, and it was just bullshit. One of the reasons that he gave me for not telling me he loved me or still saying that he was married in these articles
That article
is
didn't
he would
say he
always
was still
say, well,
married.
I put
It did. It did not.
Man,
It did not.
you on the biggest stages in the world because he had posted a picture in his TED Talk of us together. Also during
What?
okay, so he did mention you.
And has you well on his TED Talk? He did a TED Talk and featured you in it. Come on,
Oh my God. What more do you want?
my God,
You're not even his wife.
right?
during this time, he starts coming home with more animals. Pops. And not just dogs, but huge dogs. This is Artemis. We called her Artie. She's a Great Dane. I don't know why this says Metropolis up here, but this is Apollo. We called him Apollo. And this was literally brought the day we moved out of our house. Yeah. Another Great Dane puppy.
Now you
So
can't
this is where things really
you
start.
can't be bringing dogs for me to have to take care of. Now that's a problem. You can't keep running animals up in here if I got to take care of.
He has a dog, basically a dog shelter. He is a dog person.
Is he taking
You
care of them?
man, so the fuck what? Like I'm just saying, like, like in
If
a
I'm
fuck
if I'm the
you.
dog
It's
business,
hold on. It's like, it's like, right. It's like the other way around. It's like me marrying a woman who is a cat. Um, it's it's like me being in a relationship with somebody who run a cat business, who breed cats, and then being like, "Why you always bringing these cats home?" It's just it is totally something that you just gonna have to be okay with, or leave. Like realize that you own his time. Like you still get your life, your autonomy, but guess what? He could do all this because he's basically running the shows.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, the nigga ain't bringing in 75K. He ain't bringing in 60K. He ain't bringing in 50K. We talking about nigga net worth $12 million.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you just and this if he want to bring as many fucking dogs home, that's cool. You ain't buying the motherfuckers. It ain't coming out of your account.
If I gotta take care of them though,
Do
that's the
she
problem.
though? Do
I
she?
don't know. She's
That's
a
what I'm
liar.
saying.
She's
Yeah,
a liar, and
right,
she poorly
right.
contextualizes everything. But I'm just saying,
Cause think about
if
it. He also has. He also runs a what is it? What was it called? A
uh,
dog. If we wind back to the article,
a small dog care business in Charlotte, North Carolina.
yeah, a dog care business.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure he's equipped with people to handle the dogs. You know what I'm
All right,
saying?
she might be the dog wrangler.
Now the sugar gliders, maybe she might have to be a little more hands on with them. That I can see. The bunnies, maybe I can see that too. But the dogs,
Bunnies be chilling.
he got a whole dog facility. I'm pretty sure that facility is on that farm. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Like that's usually how that type stuff work. Cause that
Well,
would
no, because
be
dog care places in North Carolina. They were in Missouri.
that wasn't Missouri. Okay, he did say that.
Uh,
Okay. I was gonna say the short time we had a dog, it was a place where like basically was on the farm. It was
yeah,
big ass fucking. It was a lot of land. I hated that dog.
let's go.
I hated that
Dog
dog
hate.
so much. I hated that dog so much. Stupid ass dog ate the damn doorway. Like ate the
Hate the
door
door.
frame. Yeah,
Yeah, I've
I
seen that
like.
before.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
ate the door frame.
let's go.
Man,
He did right.
stupid ass dog. I ain't want the damn dog anyway.
Yeah, man.
We
Yeah, I
named
knew
the
she was
Cody
lying in part
Rose.
one.
We named
Y'all
the
named the
Cody
Dakota Rose
Rose.
for real?
Yeah, it was Cody. They called him Cody. I extended it to Cody Rose.
It's
The boys
ridiculous.
liked it. We was wrestling family.
Yeah.
I knew she was lying in part one when she said she's only sharing her story to help other people. Right. What other
Yeah.
people are dealing with a millionaire football player in this situation? Like what other women what other women have experienced this?
That's
A pro-
giving them everything they could want, flying them out, I'm buying them RVs, buying cars for them and the family, paying for their relocation and legal
right.
fees so that they can move from a different state. I don't
Right.
think. I don't think. Maybe one other woman in the country is probably dealing with this. Maybe one.
But you know all the women in the comments, I know, girl, like the one chick, I raised 4 kids and it was tough. Yeah, cause you was broke, nigga. They got millions. Like,
He's just buying houses. Come on, man.
right, man. Because y'all was not broke, but I'm saying like y'all normal people.
Yeah,
This nigga worth millions.
yeah. She got to get a nursing degree for fun. Okay.
Right. That's a side quest.
Mm-hmm.
You got the side quest of full nursing degree.
Yeah. And see, that's another thing about the whole controlling angle. Who a controlling dude does not send you to school to become competent to earn money without him.
He probably
That's
sent them with surprise sheet. You know, oh shit, you graduated.
yeah,
Oh
man.
look,
Come
look
on,
at
man.
you. You know, I just knew you was gonna fuck that up. All right.
Yeah, this dude. I don't believe nothing she said about this dude. She got too many inconsistencies.
It's kind of the beginning of where it really starts to hit the fan. We have to move into a temporary apartment because we were purchasing a house on a short sale, and it was not short, it was long. So stay tuned for the next because it's about to get really insane.
No, it just got complicated because y'all's house sale fell through and it didn't work out the way you expected it to, and you had to accommodate a
Oh
family
man.
of 20 and
Right.
animals. Yeah, so Get out of here.
You ready to tap, huh?
Let's go.
Say ready to tap, huh? No more
Yeah,
parts.
man. I
Yeah,
mean,
okay.
yeah, I'm, cause she's stupid and she's lying. So
How far did we make it?
we got through episode 7.
Dang. All right. Let's jump to 10.
All right,
Let's
let's
jump to
see.
10. Yeah, let's jump to 10. Now we can, because if she got 40 parts, I think we've got the gist of where we're at now.
All right, cool. Share the screen.
We need somebody who did the cliff notes, like the most important,
Yeah.
the highlights of some shit. That's what we
Mm-hmm.
need. We need somebody
Oh,
who did
this
a
one's only
video
3
and got the
minutes.
highlight.
Yeah, it's only 3 minutes. This will work.
For beating his current wife. Yes.
What?
Hey, let's go back to 9. Wait a minute.
See? See?
Let's go.
Hey,
Let's
yo.
go.
All right. See, that's what I was thinking. This gotta get problematic at some point for this to be worth it.
Here we go. There's the payoff. There is the payoff. Finally. All right. Woo. All right.
Rosemary, NFL Edition, Part 9. Sorry, this one's in my car. My daughter has something dance related right now, so I figured I'd try to get a video in because I'm trying to get these out to you guys as quickly as I can. So bear with me here. In this part, I wanted to go into a little bit of what was going on in the background with Will and his job. So, like I had previously stated, during, I guess, around 2016ish, he had started taking his financial series test, and he initially got a job at Farmers and was working as a financial advisor.
All right.
He then moved on to Merrill Lynch and worked there for a while in that role. There was an incident while he was working there where a girl accused him of sexual harassment. She had even gone to HR and had requested to move to a completely different floor from what he had said to me. When I questioned him on this, he reasoned it away and said, it was just a crash joke that I had made. There were other people around us and I didn't think it was a big deal. He told me the joke and it didn't make a lot of sense. It made her seem like just a massive overreaction. And to this day, I don't know what happened. I do think asking to move floors certainly makes it seem like it was way more than a crass joke. But again, I will never know the truth on that. So about a month or two after our engagement timeline conversation, he had taken a job with another company. And with this other company, he
Girl,
had
it's
to
3
do a
years later.
month-long
Y'all
training
talking about an
out of town.
engagement timeline still? I thought
Man,
it was
listen.
non-negotiable. I thought it
She's
was
an idiot.
non-negotiable. Now y'all negotiating the timeline? Sound mad negotiable to me, bruh.
Crazy negotiable. Once you had the baby before marriage, you were negotiated out.
I think she probably on
And the
baby
bad
number
thing
2 at this point.
Probably.
Because they got 2 kids together.
Okay. Yeah.
is, like I said before, he went out of town quite frequently, and a lot of times he was out of sight, out of mind. So a lot of times communication would kind of go funky. He's also very ADHD. That's how I was kind of reasoning at the time. And again, this was another red flag that I missed. After the engagement timeline weekend, I had ultimately decided that even though I wasn't happy with it and I
Engagement timeline weekend. It was a weekend event. Okay.
didn't like it, I would go ahead and do the 18-month marriage timeline. And I guess for me, I kind of figured at the time, like, I wasn't able to go anywhere anyway, might as well just stick with it. So during this time period, we're working, trying to get the relationship back on track. And for this a tiny bit, like he was doing relatively okay-ish. So he goes on this trip, and of course, communication is not good. And that always sucked. And I figured when he got back, like most men do when they're away from their partner for a good month, I figured he would be just all over me,
I
just chomping
mean,
at the bit. And it didn't happen for several days. And this definitely raised alarm bells.
you ain't giving him a time to miss you. You talking about he gone for a month and the communication was still. How much communicating is he doing? He on a business trip. How much communicating y'all
Mm-hmm.
need to be doing?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is
Mm-hmm.
if he ain't missing you in that month, if you calling him and trying to talk to him every hour or all night, every night, like I ain't saying he had to never talk, but it seemed like she wanted him. He had to call me and let me know what he doing and check in, and
Mm-hmm.
we gotta talk each night before bed. It might be, man, like, hey, look, I'll talk to you tomorrow at like 5:30.
I don't know, cause remember that text message exchange? He was like really like logistical. Like pick this up, do this, da 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 da. She was like, your house is clean.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't imagine what better communication was like that this was bad.
And she's saying he said he out of sight, out of mind. He might not even be worried about that shit. Cause
Yeah,
he on a business trip.
yeah.
So he might
Allegedly,
be, yeah, allegedly. Allegedly.
he with his real wife.
He with his wife. Damn.
Yeah, I hope that's the case. I hope he's really married. I hope he was really married the whole time, like legally. That'd be dope, cause she deserve it. You deserve it.
It's like, what the heck is going on? Just did not sit right with me, made me extremely uncomfortable. And so I confronted him about it, and he reasoned it away. And while it didn't sit right with me, and it was certainly noted for later, I just kind of had to move on and move forward. So after this, things are kind of trucking along, semi-normal stuff, not a whole lot going on. Again, I think that was like Aprilish that his trip was, and now we are in May of 2018.
So this is 4 years into the relationship.
Ex-husband gets arrested for beating his current wife. Yes. If you want to go back, you can see a previous video that I did for 4th of July. That is about the ex-husband. So anyhow, yeah, things are literally about to hit the fan in the most
Oh,
insane
wait. She said her ex-husband. Not him. Not Will Witherspoon.
Okay. Hold
ways. From
What
here,
he
go my
got to
normal
do with
stuff,
it?
not a whole lot going on. Again, I think that was like Aprilish that his trip was, and now we are in May of 2018. So my ex-husband gets arrested.
What does he have to do with it? What? What does he have to do with anything? She's crazy.
For beating his current wife. Yes. If you want to go back,
So she gets involved in her ex husband's information business at some point. I bet you that's and that causes another problem with Will. Why are you so invested in your ex husband? You're done with him. Why are you trying to go cape for him? Man, I can't, man.
Still
I
part
can't.
10. Spray
Nah,
man.
bro, man. Come on,
We
man.
already here, man. We're here, man. We're here. Part 10, that's it. Part 10,
Hey,
that's it.
we're not gonna get anything from this, man. She's stretched out a bunch of nothing.
Part
She's
10.
made up a bunch of lies. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, she's definitely
Mary,
Trying to
gone
reach the
left with the
teaser.
truth.
brought out my old trusty dusty microphone, and we'll see if this
Oh.
improves our audio a little bit better. So we
Didn't.
left off in part 9 with my ex-husband getting arrested for beating his current wife. Yes, that is what happened. There's obviously a lot to unpack with my
No, there's
story,
not.
but I'm not going to get into a whole lot of it here.
Don't.
Just please know that it is a complete dumpster fire all on its own. I'm only mentioning it here because it is a catalyst to how the rest of this kind of unfolds. So we had our emergency hearing, and I was ordered for June 24th to bring the kids back to Panama City so that way they could spend time with their dad for the summer. And a lot of protections and safety measures were put into place to hopefully keep the kids safe while they were there.
Okay, so
During
y'all
this
got shared
particular
custody or
week,
something,
we
or
also had a
visitations.
football camp, and so this kind of worked out well. We were killing two birds with one stone during this particular visit to the beach. The next day, Will and I had planned to leave. There was an event. I cannot remember what the event was.
Man,
It was
listen.
in Georgia, and we were going to be heading from Panama City to this location in Georgia for the event. So we decided to have lunch before we were going to head out, and it's a little surreal to look back on because these were literally my last moments before literally like my entire life changed. And it's weird just to look back and think about that. For whatever reason, on this trip, we had two vehicles. I obviously had the 12 passenger van. He had a rental car of some kind. And we were both going to head over to this location in Georgia. And he was going to turn in his rental car afterwards. And the plan was to drive back to St. Louis from this spot once the event was
She
over.
has way too many unnecessary details.
My phone at the time was not working. I could do everything on my phone, but for whatever reason, when I would make a call out, the other people on the other end could not hear me. So, for safety reasons, since we were in the two different vehicles, he gave me his work phone at lunch. And that way, if anything were to happen on the road, we would be able to communicate and handle our business. So, after our lunch, I gather Liam. We go, we get into the 12 passenger van, and Will gives us a kiss goodbye. And I start following him, and we're off to this destination. With things feeling very off, we had that month long trip where he comes back and he's not wanting anything for a couple days. And there were other things that just were not sitting quite right with me. So, as I'm following him, my ex drives extremely fast. I let him get off and get away, and Liam and I pull over. He's napping, and I decide to go look through the phone. What I discovered on this work phone of a handful of months was shocking, truly shocking,
Oh
and it
God.
would change everything forever.
If this next one is not any more informative, because that was a bunch of nothing. There was absolutely nothing in that.
Damn.
She just rambled for 3 minutes. That was a waste. That was, man. I swear to God.
All
If
right,
she
part
don't say
11.
something here,
One more.
Who the fuck did I almost marry? NFL edition, part 11. Before I started this, I saw a handful of comments saying that the audio was better without the mic. So thank you guys for that.
was
And so we'll proceed this way. And in all honesty, it'll probably work out better for this part anyway. So at the end of part 10, I had pulled over, looked through the work phone, and what I found was absolutely shocking. Before I get into exactly what was in these text messages, I do want to put out a trigger warning in case anybody does
sorry,
not
Brie.
like sexual content. You might want to skip this part if you are highly sensitive to it.
Nah, we want some
So the
smexual.
first text message that I come across was a text with no name attached to the phone number. Just
That's right.
phone number at the top.
Yeah, let's go.
And it was very immediately apparent that this was a sexual encounter.
On the work phone, no.
The time and date stamps on this text message were just earlier that month. Later, when I had gone back to see like what the heck was going on this day, like was he out of town? Was he in town? Was I there at the house? Just to kind of give some context on what was going on that day. And it was crazy because he had told me that morning, hey, look, I got an errand to run. So the kids and I met up with him, I think around like noonish or so at a Barnes and Noble. And he was already there when we got there, and we walked in, and it was like every other day. Like
Nothing
had happened.
Okay, come
He
on.
didn't just have this
Okay,
encounter
okay,
with
get
this
to it,
person.
man. God damn.
It's wild to look
Shut
back
up.
on things in that
Get to
way.
the point.
And see how effortlessly this guy can do dirty and
Oh
literally walk
God.
on. He was as cool as a cucumber. You would have never have guessed that this guy had just cheated on me. So before I looked any further, I immediately called him. I was pissed, if you can imagine. Called him up. Hey, you're cheating. I'm done. I
Of
want nothing
course.
else to
You don't
with
you
this
don't deal
entire
with cheaters.
situation. And he was pissed at me, which was like backwards land or something. Like, I'm supposed to be mad at you, and you're mad at me. And his aggressive tone with me was actually, it was completely unreal. He said he'd only cheated on me with 2 people. He said said things like, "Yeah, well, I fell off," and then immediately went into, "Well, this wouldn't have happened if you had been doing what you were supposed to be doing."
Right.
Implying because I wasn't in school, because I was handling all this other crap, that this gave him kind of a leeway to be able to cheat
It
and it made
did.
it a little okay. So there was immediately all of these excuses for his cheating, and he didn't even say he was sorry.
He wasn't.
So
He's a
hanging up the
cheater.
phone, and I get back to looking, and it goes from like bad to worse very quickly. The next message I came across started with, "We need to chat." And he proceeded to tell her that he had gotten a special test and that she
Hey.
needed to get a special test.
Hey.
I'm not going to
Oh.
say exactly what it is. It's the C one.
Oh.
And it's not known as, but this is what we're going to call it for
Hey.
the purposes of the rest of our chat here. They proceed in this conversation to
Let's
start
go.
accusing each other of giving each other.
The
They
clapper.
were both saying that neither of them were smelling fresh that day, whatever that's
Hey.
And this girl had the nerve to say, "Well, you got it, girl. You must have gotten it from her."
Hey.
Obviously, seeing this and looking at the timeline, this was on his month-long trip, and I immediately realized that this is why he did not jump all over me immediately when he got home.
Let's go.
At the time, apparently, he was finishing his round of antibiotics for...
Let's
The
go.
next one I came across was probably the most shocking to me, if you can actually believe that. Again, it was another number up top, not even a name attached, and this was also during his
Smorgasbord.
month-long sexcapade trip.
Yes,
So she
go.
was saying
Let's
that
go,
she
Will.
was ovulating and she was nervous about getting pregnant, and he was like, "I wouldn't mind if I got you pregnant." And again, this is a number, not even a name attached, in your freaking work phone.
Right.
It was so shocking.
Let's
to
go,
me
Big
that,
Will.
Like, what? There was another person who lived in California apparently, and he had sent her a pic that she had previously sent him, and they immediately start texting.
Let's
that kind of
go.
texting. And it was extremely graphic and
Yeah,
extremely vulgar.
let's go.
And he was telling her to tell her boys that mom was going to have a house guest. And seeing that was also gross. It was
Hey.
such a disregard for other people's kids. And it was icky. There was another one that was clearly a coworker of his.
Let's
he kept
go.
trying to hug her and talked about being able to squeeze her butt and feel her pillows, and very much trying to get her to come stay the night with him.
Let's go, Will.
Very, very inappropriate. And again, it gave a lot more credence to this past woman at his job at Merrill Lynch who had gone to HR to file a sexual harassment claim on him. I was floored that he was behaving and
This man's an animal.
like this, because no woman deserves that. There were multiple people that he was discussing spanking, and they were flirting
Yeah,
very
let's go.
inappropriately.
Let's go.
And then
Let's
there were
go, Will.
that were just like, "I love yous." I don't even know, but none of it was good. None of it was appropriate. And
You
so
ain't getting
again,
one in 2
I call
years.
him back up after seeing all of this crap, and
Sad
I'm like,
bitches
"Look,
getting
I am
one.
not coming to Georgia." Because look, I do not want to see this person at this point. Like, I can't even imagine being stuck at an event, having
Let's
a girl
go.
happy face, being trapped in a room with this guy. No.
Trapped in
We're
a
gonna take him.
closet.
We're going to go home because we're not dealing with this crap. I made sure before I was done looking through the phone that I took pictures of the phone in my lap with my phone, because remember, I couldn't make a phone call out, but I could certainly take photos with my phone. So I took pictures, and I have evidence of every single one of these. So going back and looking through things, this is a post that he had on his Instagram. You can see the date here, April 6th. This was somewhere around
Do
the
what
time
makes
that
you
he had
happy.
his month-long out-of-town trip. And what an icky thing to say when you look at it through the lens of what he was actually doing.
Yeah,
And
let's
sad
go.
that he was certainly doing what made him happy, but destroying literally everyone else. So after confronting him, he flies into an absolute rage.
Yeah.
Absolute rage. And it starts getting really nasty from this point.
Yeah. You deserve it. You deserve it.
Yeah.
Man, listen. I got no sympathy for her.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard to. Hold on.
He told you he was a cheater. He cheated during the first 4 months. What else do you got to deal with? What? Why would you get pregnant by this guy? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. You can't be that desperate. Can't ever be that desperate. I don't get it. But you got access to the money and the lifestyle that you wanted. But it was more work than you thought. I do not feel sorry for these people. That's terrible. And then that is at child number 1. She said I should take Liam. That means she hasn't even had the second child yet, which means she went back into the madness like this. Hold up. Give me a second. About to share the screen. Got a little companion document. So let's see. They're expecting their first baby 2015. They move. What? You stopped at 2015? Oh, that was a waste. Oh, that's just a waste. Oh, why'd you stop at 2015? That was a waste. That was a complete waste of time. Oh well. Eh, 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 eh. I can delete that now. Alright, cool. Well, I don't know when Yella is going to get back. Not sure exactly what he's doing, but we're going to get ready to get out of here. For those of y'all that lurked around, man, appreciate y'all, man, popping in and popping out. Appreciate it. We're going to get ready to get up out. I'm going to go ahead and end this. He'll pop back when he get, because it's dead over here.